All right, guys, it says we're live. It's kind of dragging my feet a little bit because I know Brienne is still live, and I certainly don't expect her to end at any certain time, but I didn't want to go over her, is what I'm saying. So I am going to get the link posted. Let me go this way, it's easier for old people, apparently. What's going on with everybody? Nothing special going on today. No guest. Just me and thee, as I said. So let's see here. Let's get our link. Let's get our link in there. Nope, that's not the way. Here we go. It's always different, you know, when you're. Here we go. Alrighty. Larry D, new member. Awesome. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. It is awesome. I'm trying, guys. There's the freaking post comment. Everything's labeled different depending on where you're at in the system. So there we go. There's the StreamYard link. Sorry, guys. But again, I'm trying to kind of drag my feet. But we are live, as you all know. It's been one of those days, and two, it's just a dreary day with the weather. Got a front coming in that's going to be cold weather. And rain, cooler weather and rain for a couple of days. So this camera is not going to sit here. I'm actually sitting at the end of the 125 saltwater aquarium. All right, so that's why the funny lights on my face. Hey, Dave Farrell. Let me say hello to some people here. 3G, welcome. Dylan from Tank Top. Mr. Farrell again. Brienne's Fish Fam. Hey, Bree. I hope you didn't stop because I started. I was just trying to drag my feet a little bit. I never want you to stop if you've got something going on, please. I'd rather be over there myself. Hey, Mrs. Farrell, Sandy, Olivia. Got the whole family here. Wow. Larry D's just became a new member. I appreciate that. Mike's Aquatics and Things. Geek Boy. Welcome, everybody. And like I said, the link's there if anybody wants to come up and ramble with me. Worm Wednesday is the hashtag. So it looks like we got a raid from Brienne. Awesome. Peplin Creek Aquatics. Brian. Canisto Valley Cichlid. 6 o'clock already. Time flies when you're working. I never found that to be the case, but I'm glad it does for you. Susie Q. Susan Q's Aquatics. Welcome. Brian from BTW Aquatics. Howdy. Muppet. I'm about as far as it's going to let me go. Calypso's Reefs. Howdy. I see you're almost to 1K, Calypso, so hopefully we can help you some today with that. So she's finishing up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's fine. Like I say, I never want her to stop if she's got something going. Ian. That's what my favorite tubers finally. Bob has done so much for everyone. Well, I don't know about that, Ian, but that's sweet of you to say that. Nice of you to say that. There's Adele. Let's see. Sandy Dowdy, one of our moderators. Moderator extraordinaire. And Atkins. Ian is also a new member. Wow. Alan Matthews, Merdul, one of our mods. That's about as far as it's going to let me go. Yeah, that's where, well, that's the top. And it looks like, hey, Chubbs, welcome. Welcome, welcome. let's see who's back here. Wow, there's some awesome people. Some awesome people. All right, there's Susie and Ian from Atkins Aquatics, Nature Aquatics. Hey, what's up? How are you?
Uh-oh. I don't think we can hear you, Susie.
Hey, what's up? How are you? No?
Am I causing feedback?
There you go. We hear you. No, I don't hear feedback. How are you doing?
No. Am I causing feedback?
There you go. We hear you. No, I don't hear feedback. How are you doing?
Think a little bit.
Am I causing feedback?
We hear you. No.
There we go.
All right.
That was me.
Well, it's usually me, so I'm glad. How are you, Susie?
Good, good. Just trying to feed the axolotls for the 4th time today.
The 4th time? Yeah, I didn't have luck with mine. I had 2 spawns and several spawns, but 2 hatches that I saved. And one group made it for a week or so, and I thought they were eating, but I don't think they really were, or they weren't eating enough. I was feeding them like every 3 hours while, I'm retired at home, so I was staying on top of them. I even came home from the Ark while I was there, during the day and fed them that one day. So I don't know. The second one only lasted a few days, just maybe 3 or 4 days. So the last couple of spawns I've had, I didn't try to save them. I just let them go back, recycle to the parents.
Well, I can see the albinos get a little pink belly full, or the leucistic ones. But the wild ones, I can't tell because I can't see inside their belly. I'm hoping they're eating.
Yeah, I saw your vid on them, and you said that about the pink bellies. I'm getting worse and worse about remembering to comment. I'll think things and not comment, or just like it and go on. So I've got a cool light mustache. I like that.
I know.
I got my now, Bob.
Munchkin hat on. She lands on my head all the time now, and I'm afraid her toes are going to get stuck in my hair. But I'm downstairs. She can't come down here.
That would not feel good, I bet, especially if she started flapping, trying to get away. Ian, what are we looking at there?
This is my 20 long with mostly South American fish. Got my angels. This isn't permanent, either. I'm going to change my 55 from Central American cichlid to angelfish and cories.
That's awesome. I'm getting back into angels more. I particularly love zebra blue panois, but I have some small ones, like quarter sized, and then I have several odd kinds of angelfish just to get a thing going. Those are
I really like the colors.
Yeah. I've got 2.
The blue ones are really cool too.
Yeah. There's a green panois, I think, too. So there's just all kinds of them out there. Susie, what do you got back there?
This is the tank with my angels, Donnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blue angels from Donnie at NY Gold. I just upgraded them to this 55-gallon. And this is the one that was covered in white. I couldn't get it off. I even tried 4-0 steel wool. I couldn't get it off. John came down with his salt, like his drill, and put the steel wool on and wax and buffed, and he was there for 2 hours. Finally got it so you could see through the tank.
He did a good job. That looks good.
So I'm like, I'm keeping it. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. I like the wood that's in there. Where'd you get it? Did you find that?
This?
The wood. Yeah, did you find that in a river or something?
Wood was the last event before the lockdown.
Ah.
I can't remember where.
I've got tons of wood. I forgot how much I've got from Ginger breaking down some of her big tanks to keep from being evicted and me bringing them back and the stuff in them because she didn't really have it. She was going to put them out in the yard, and I'm like, no, somebody pick those nice woods up. She's going to put them out in the flower beds, kind of. So I've got tons of that, and then Tennessee gave me some wood too. So I added some to my new lizard, my Agana lizards habitat a while ago, and some rocks that I got from those two. So I'm getting a little worried about her. I don't ever see her eat, but I have crickets disappear. So, oh, who's that?
Oh, look at the cutie kitty.
That's a calico, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Captain Fuzzy Boots. She's the one that had that freak accident with her
I
tongue.
remember. Yeah,
Wow.
I remember.
She's already doing great. Now she's just a lazy old kitty.
I'm going to flip this around.
But she's smart. Now she don't go outside at night anymore. She's figured it out.
Who is that, Susie?
That is Triton, my Trimac,
Oh,
who decided to rearrange her whole substrate. Look at that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dug it all the way down to bare bottom.
I've never fish that do that, and I've got a Jaguar that is Ginger's if she can ever have it back, but it does that, and she loves to destroy the tank, especially at night. Oh my gosh. So I gave up on trying to escape in there.
Yeah.
Just let her have it.
I let her have her big hide, and then anything she wants to do with the gravel, have at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They put some pieces of wood in there. They'll take it and throw it around the tank.
Oh,
It's funny. I had an Oscar cichlid. He would do that all the time in his tank.
Something happened in the chat there, or maybe it wasn't in here. Something happened to Steven's post or something, or was it on another stream? You're saying YouTube must have flagged something. I don't see anything, so I hope it's not bothering us.
something we did?
I don't see anything. I saw Chubbs say that they'd done it to him before. Hey Skipper, there's Skipper. A lot of people coming in. Patrick Hardy. I don't see anything else about it. Daniel Velez, bunch of people in here, Steph. T-Bones, Mississippi Hippie. We have all the cool kids in here. Peter from Mob Guppy. Look at that.
Mob Guppy. Peter. I thought something cool about him. He's related to one of my old high school friends that I still talk to.
Peter is?
But, like a small world.
Huh. It's not a real common name, at least around here. Peter's last name.
That's my little Taiwanese micro dragon goatee on the leaf.
Oh, yeah.
You had a shorts up about that one this morning. I think I saw it.
Yeah, it wasn't really a short. It was like just a cinematic
Just
kind
a short one. Not a shorts.
Yeah.
And I
Wasn't
think
the
I
right-
forgot to. I don't think I commented on it. I did see it up this morning and watched it. All right.
So, Bob, you have Polypterus, right? You have Bashir's?
Yes.
What kind of tank mates do you have with them? And what size tank do you have them in?
Did you say tank mates or tank needs?
Both, like a tank size and tank mates.
Well, they're actually over my shoulder. Whoops, if I'm going the right way. They're right there in a 55.
Okay.
And
That's right.
I only put them in there when I first got them. Sorry, sitting some things down. I had to turn that. I put them in there to tackle that tank because I was going to be getting some rainbows and put them in there, but then I ended up getting those 2 racks of 8 tanks from the local fish store. So that was much better for the rainbows. I could keep them sorted out by species kind. But anyway, I can't see what we're seeing. There's that 33 that sits on my messy desk.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Well, I want to swap the rainbows in there over to that 55 and move the. Did you say what fish did you say?
Yeah, what I have my 2 electric blue Jack Dempseys in with my Bashirs. And I was thinking of moving
Shears.
them out. Yeah,
The
Polypterus.
shears.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bashirs, Biker.
Yeah, but I heard Bashardi somehow.
Oh,
I
Bashar.
didn't hear that, but that's what my mind registered. Sorry, never mind. Remember Rosanna Dana? Never mind.
Never mind. So I have 3 in a 40-gallon breeder, and I know I'm going to need a larger tank.
Right.
And I got
Ed keeps them. Ed keeps them, but I think his are in a 55. I'm not sure.
I have one.
Oh, that's right.
Where do you keep yours in?
That's right.
He's in 55 with mainly all Central American cichlids. He holds his own, and he gets his pellets.
Like
He's a Senegal Bisher, so he's not like the big boys that get
Right.
18 inches. But
which cichlids? Which South American cichlids? Like you would put
Central.
him in with Oscar?
Yeah, an Oscar would be okay. But I have no experience with keeping them with that. What I do keep them with is like Salvini's, Jack Dempsey,
Okay.
Honduran Red Points. I have a Texas in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
It's a
some
pretty-
good ideas.
But I'm getting out of it. I'm trying to go towards more of the more smaller community fish.
Now, will you be able to keep like guppies and things in there with him then, since he's going to remain fairly small? Ian,
With what?
with the Bisher.
The Bisher is also going to get rehomed if we can find
Is
a
it?
home.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But if we
Good for one.
and the Bisher has to stay, then I have to really think about what I'm putting in there. If he's going in there, I'm not putting angels in there, not putting my cories in there, or any small fish. Probably just stick to one fish in there, and I'd probably just keep the Texas because he's really personable right now.
Huh.
But I would like this to keep one big fish, or I would like to just have the tank as angels and cories and rehome the Bisher. But the Bisher isn't my fish; it's my girlfriend's fish. So she,
Right.
if she can't find the right home for it, then we're keeping it.
You mean at home the right tank there, or to give it away?
She wants to give it away to someone who has either the same size tank or bigger, and we'll take care of it. But she doesn't want to just give it to the fish that will.
Right. Jeffrey Watts says hello to the panel, Susie and Ian.
I don't think I've ever tried.
Bob.
I'm excited.
Susie, you don't want another Bisher?
I have 3 in this 40-gallon breeder with 2 electric blue Jack Dempseys. So they're already like, okay, they need a larger tank. I was thinking about getting a 90-gallon, but I have no, like, I have no room for it. But I have to think about something.
Right.
I might tear down some of the 40-gallon breeders and add larger tanks. That's why I was wondering, I have my upstairs 120-gallon with my Severums. I was wondering if any of those fish would go good in that tank.
Are those they're rock, but are the fabric synthetic rocks, the grown rocks, or whatever, those purple rocks you've got there?
These are the handmade rocks from the Carib Sea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much, but I ran into Ed the other day at one of our local fish stores, and we both were there for our or monthly, or really every 2 weeks with the number of tanks we have, but supplies and all that, and treating ourselves. And he got a bunch of that. I won't say much more than that because I know he's going to make a video, but he's got a tank that he's reviving and going to use a bunch of that in and different styles of it as well. So I said too much already, I guess, but that's going to be a really good, nice tank to play with and all that.
I can show it. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got my
We're doing with all those links. Appreciate
Of course,
you
now
guys
they all
coming up.
disappear. You'd never know that all those large fish are in here, would you?
Have you kept the Mandarin goby, Bob?
I have, yes, I have 2 Mandarin gobies now, right now. They're in my coral tank. The main thing, and I'm sure you already know, I don't know why I started to say anything about them. You know, it has to be a seasoned tank. And
Yeah.
they usually say at least 6 months, but if you, like it, put in some, I have found if you put in like some adult copepods that it will speed that process up to 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait about a month before I start buying copepods and phytoplankton to put in here.
Yeah.
And I think after that, I might get some like emerald crab or a hermit crab, one of those little guys. Let them be in the tank for a while, and then I might get a citron goby after that. I hear they're pretty easy to keep.
What
But
is
I
a
really-
citron goby? Is that the same as a yellow watchman, or is it different?
It's different. The Watchman gobies are kind of more slender and they have eyeballs bulging out. Where
Yeah.
not Watchman, the Citron goby is kind of like round at the front and his eyeballs are on the side.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
I have those little hermit crabs in my saltwater tank. I love them. Oh my gosh. I watch them go at it. Oh,
Do you have the red legs or the blue legs or both?
both. Both.
For some reason, I started getting the red legs and I just stuck with it. I don't know why.
So, do all hermit crabs get to the size that you have, Bob?
I didn't hear the very first thing, part of that.
Do all hermit crabs get to the size that you have, that big red one that you have?
No, that's a different type of crab.
Okay.
And I don't know enough about them to say what it is. The scientific name, I know very few of those anyway, or can say the few that I know. So, but that guy's big, as you know, and he really needs a shell. I've looked and looked everywhere for a bigger shell. He's huge. And then I have 2 that I think are the same species. They're in the same store. They're maybe the size of his head. They're real small. But they're maybe 4 times bigger than what Susie and I were talking about, the little marine hermit crabs. So I've got all his old shells, so I'll let them be coming up in those as they get bigger. But I've got to find a shell somewhere. Hey Sharpie, welcome.
There's some little starfish in here already that came in on a piece of wood rock.
On the live rock.
Little hitchhiker.
I don't call them hitchhikers. I call them part of the tank.
Ah.
Yeah. I never mind having those or other things that people that have kept, like we consider different kinds of worms and stuff that get in tanks, and they may be harmless, but the freshwater fish don't want them, and they want to get rid of them and kill them with fire and all that stuff. But
The bristle worms?
yeah, but no, the freshwater kinds of worms and stuff, hydra, I guess, and stuff like that. But the saltwater people, Ian, I found early on, and you probably have seen it too. They don't want like the little
they don't want
starfish and stuff like that either. So, but I'm like, they're part of the tank. So I bet I have 40 or 50 of those in my 20 long. That's my coral tank, and I did water change last night on it. They were all coming out like, yay, fresh water.
Yeah, I don't get it. The saltwater like reefing people seem to not like pests.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and some of that I understand, you know, that some of the corals and stuff can be, I don't have any of those, but it can be very expensive, hundreds of dollars. And, you know, water chemistry is really chemistry. Um, and some of those things will bother your corals, but they don't bother mine. So I leave them alone.
I was given a whole lot of fry that was supposed to be blue parrotfish. I'm not sure. They look like convicts to me, but there's a lot of live bears in there. So I've got some freebies that came in. See if we can see them down here. I mean, I'm hundreds of these little parrotfish. To me, they look like little convicts.
I wonder if they're a hybrid. You know, those little platinum parrots are a hybrid between King Kong and convicts.
Oh, I betcha, because they look like convicts with a funny mouth. And there's so many of them.
They might be interested to see what they look like.
Yeah, I'm excited, but I did see a handful of live bears in there, and there weren't any in there before. So either they came with these fry or they came in on some plants. Do you quarantine your plants?
I don't. Do you, Ian? Oh, we lost Ian.
Oh, where'd he go? Huh. I don't know if it was a waste of time, or I know it's probably good practice, but I'm very impatient and I just want to plant them.
I do look at them and I do rinse them, which, you know, anything that's going to be really harmful is it's not going to hurt, but I mean, get rid of. But I just like to look at them at least.
They look great. I got them from Aquarium Co-op. I think they look great.
They get some really nice plants in there. I've got plants in there now.
Yep.
Mods are posting you guys links.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So how are the baby axolotls doing? They are doing so good, freaky fish lady. I've never quarantined plants. No ill effects so far. Ah. Yeah, you want to see my new plants? I'm so excited. I don't think I'm going to finish quarantining them because I'm just too excited. So I got the Pogostomus there. And this is like a gamalami or something like that. I'm very excited. It's like I don't want to let them sit in here any longer. I want to plant them.
Right.
But I'm trying to be patient. I think I saw about a year ago, maybe John from KG Tropicals or Michael Fishram, somebody sent out to a bunch of YouTubers, like, what is your things that you've learned that you'll never do again? And I did quarantining my fish. But Rachel O'Leary did, from a horrible experience she had, that she quarantines her plants. So ever since I saw the video, I kind of started doing it. And I've noticed over the last couple of months, I do it more and more half-assed, like yeah, kind of quarantine, kind of look at them. Yeah, they look good. Let's get them planted.
Yeah. Chubb says where'd it go? It jumped, huh?
Oh.
With plants, the most important thing is to get them adapted to your water for planting.
Okay. Well, then it's good they're sitting in that tank. I think it's the same water, same substrate. We'll see. I'm quarantining fish in there too. I don't know if you saw them when I had it over there. I forgot about that. Hey, Sanka.
Hey, Gary, welcome.
Red-eyed high fin leer tail swords. Phew, that was hard to say.
I have red tail high fin platies right
Okay.
now, and those are really nice. I knew I liked them, but I've had several breeders, ask me where I got them and point out some nice things about them that I didn't take note of. So they are nice. I'm going to try to get them going. So.
Yeah. Are you breeding outside this year?
I haven't done anything with my tub. I went out today and made sure that it had Daphne in it still, and it does. So I've got tons of these to get out, and probably need to drink 3/4 of that water that's accumulated over the winter and spring rainwater. Right. And I'd like to move it down off it's on the railing of the deck still on a corner, and I'd like to get it down there. Haven't started, but I'm going to, I hope.
Do you have an idea of what you want to, are you going to breed fish or plants?
For some reason, I just always draw a blank. The last couple of years, I have trouble, and I usually get started late then. And, Yazzie heard us. And he probably thinks it's Pam. He knows her day. He loves Pam. He has to sit and watch Pam. I'm coming. But I don't know. You got tubs out, Ian or Susie?
I have all my tubs that were scrubbed out last year flipped upside down, and it rained so bad the last couple of days, and I forgot to flip them upright. I would have loved to have captured that rainwater.
That rainwater, yeah.
But I've been so obsessed with getting my chicken coop ready for my chickens that that's all I've been working on. It's like I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah. How's that
I don't even
going?
know if I'm going to let them be outdoor chickens. They might be indoor chickens. I might be one of them.
See, that's Susie Q. It's not Pam.
Oh, cutie. Oh.
It's not Pam. See, Pam's later today. He had a nap, so he probably woke up and thought it was late.
Oh, that's so adorable.
Oh, he's a mess. Well, did you see Carrie said hi to you? You probably said hello and I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Hey, Carrie girl. Hey, spirit fish. Hey, Sharpies is in the house.
Yeah.
But you're not kidding. You got all the cool kids in town here.
I know.
Woo-hoo.
I know it. You always have a great stream. We lost Ian again. We're going to leave.
Yeah, where'd he go?
I don't know. I'll watch for him just if he comes back. I don't know if he lost connection last time or what.
I was thinking about doing a fish tour, like a fish room tour.
It
would take so long to do.
Yeah, I started like a year ago or something. I was going to do like 2 tanks a day or 1 tank a day, and I think I had 30 tanks then, and now I have twice that many. I really do, and I have a bunch more I need to be setting up. I need to focus on that in 2 tubs, but anyway, I did about 4 or 5 days, and I'm like, I'm not going to do this, and so I just said no. I think I was doing it maybe as a members thing. That's what it was. Yeah. I said, nah, I'm not going to do this. Never mind. Hey, Priscilla.
Hey,
yeah.
Girl.
Oh, it's enhancing them. The check's in the mail, Priscilla. Thank you. I said I like my, she's probably making fun of me. Thank you, Priscilla. See the mustache? If I sit like that, I've got a cool light mustache. We already talked about that earlier. Priscilla Cherie, how art thou?
Mon Cherie, how art thou? Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty formal.
There's Ian. It says, thanks for having me up, and always great to see you, Susie Q. Were you using Signal, Ian, or?
Oh, I guess he's not coming back.
I was watching for you to see if you came back. He probably set up above and I didn't see it. It's always a pleasure to have you, Ian, and see your tanks too. Oh well. There's Lucky Stone. That's a channel that's not fish related, but I found him, I don't know, over a year ago, and he will come in my streams, and I'll go in his streams and his videos sometimes, but he does a lot of kind of like urban philosophy. He'll correct me if that's not what he wants to be called, but and they're short, and he's usually out walking in a park, a big park with woods and stuff near where he lives. He's a New Englander, Susie.
Ah,
So I don't even know his name, but he has some really deep thought and common sense stuff. Yeah, he was having connection issues. He'll try again in a
that's
bit.
kind of up my way, kind of. I'm from New England, Connecticut area, but now I'm in Pennsylvania. They call it Pennsyltucky.
He has fish, I think, and I know he has some pets, other pets. Just a real super smart guy to listen to.
So I've been looking at a map at all different states that I might want to move to. So I'm kind of tired of the winter that we have.
Me too.
I would love to keep my animals outside most of the year. So we were looking at like Arizona, Georgia, like two very different climates and everything. But we just, and my daughter says, "Oh, I'll move too." And that's the one with my grandbaby. I'm like, yeah. That would be the only drawback, you know, but
Right.
the idea of moving all these animals, all the reptiles, all the birds, all the fish.
Probably have to do that separately, I would imagine. A separate move.
Yeah, I would think in my head, I would have to have like buy all at least 20 new tanks, have them set up and cycled, and then new fish in the older tanks and go from there. That's what I would think in my head.
Yeah.
But I don't know as I could sell fish off and just start over again. Like I'm so attached to my fish. I don't know. But it's a dream. It's a dream I've been having.
So, well, Georgia's near Tennessee, so we'd be neighbors.
Yeah.
If you go
Georgia
there.
would be nice, and it's mag under 10. So it's Tennessee, then it's Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Right. And
Yep.
Georgia has a coastline, right? Are you near the coast? Or are you
They do. Yeah. Savannah and such there. Yeah.
Are you near the coast?
No, Tennessee's all inland. We've got North and South Carolina on the coast, and then us.
The tail of the dragon, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That would be amazing.
Yep. Yep. Well, are you gonna? If you do this, when are you thinking about doing it?
Well, right now we're just in the talking stages, which, I mean, we've been talking about getting married for 9 years and it hasn't happened. So
it's not a burning. Right.
But I'm telling you, bringing everything in all winter, having this coldness, and right now it's just too cold to even set up I can't even clean out the ponds. It's so cold. The tortoises I'm taking out, bringing in, taking out, bringing in. It's like, I think I just want to build them a home outside, predator-proof it. And that's like where their mansion would be. But I think I need more land.
Somebody said Georgia gets snow, and of course we do here too, but it's nothing compared to what I grew up with. It really isn't. If we get 1 or 2 dustings a season, one this winter. But we used to get 8 and 10-inch snows all the time, and school would be out. Come here, Yancy. I just saw Pam go in the chat. You could hear in the chat.
There's who she's waiting for.
Yeah.
Bunch of paints.
Pam's got snow right now.
Oh, no, thank you.
She woke up to 6 inches.
Oh, where are you at, Pam? Do you know what state she's in?
I do, but
Let her answer, yeah.
I was going to let her. She's in a historic little place and a cold place. Science gal's asking you,
Missouri. Missouri.
there's a helper right there.
I like that idea, Carrie.
Pam lives in Laramie, Wyoming.
Oh. Wow.
An old west town, maybe.
That's nice too, right? And John does heating and air, so as long as it's not the perfect area, it's got to get hot or it's got to get cold. And I kind of want to retire, but I'm not rich, so I'm going to play the lottery, 1 ticket a month.
1 ticket a month.
1 ticket a month. That otherwise I'll get carried away and start doing tickets every day, and then I'll be looking.
Well, somebody's going to win it, so it might as well be your ticket.
That's what I think. I've got all my eggs in order. I've got everything in line. I know the charity work I'm going to do. Like, I just want to be able to pay my electric bill and continue eating, you know. I'd go off the grid if I had ambition, but John does not want to go off the grid. His idea of off the grid is like being a hobo. I'm like, that is so farther from the truth.
Do you follow any of those off the grid channels?
A couple off the grid channels, a couple of homesteading channels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. I can't remember what they are, but one of them's just the one lady by herself in a nice little older motorhome or trailer, I guess, like maybe 50s or 60s, but it's vintage. I mean, it's in great condition. I can't remember her name.
So I don't think I'd be able to eat my chickens, but I would eat eggs every day. I might have to become a vegetarian if I had to, but so I'm not going to get a cow and kill it. As much as I love burgers and steaks.
Freaky Fish Lady said she'd help Carrie out. She's in Missouri, so.
Oh yeah.
There you go. You got a team.
Too.
Yeah, team assembled already, and you haven't even decided where you're going.
I like Missouri. I got to check it out. What are their Carrie? I'll look it up. The gun control. That's what I got to make sure I can still be armed. Because I don't trust too many people, especially living off the grid, or not off the grid, but away from the grid.
Exactly. Jeffrey Watts has a great benefit. He says, come to Tennessee and be a part of the Tennessee Fish Mafia.
Tennessee. So I have an uncle that lives in Alabama. That's right under Tennessee, right? Yeah. Now, John has always been a Titans fan. Back when they were the Oilers, he's a Titans fan. So Tennessee and we both ride motorcycles.
And there's a lot of great places. Well, like PA, there's a lot of great hilly stuff. Stuff to ride here for motorcycles. It's great.
Yeah.
I don't do it, but I think one motorcycle topple would be the end of me.
Yeah, I crushed my tibia plateau in a motorcycle accident. And as soon as I was capable, boom, I was back on the bike. New Orleans. Yeah, but New Orleans, don't you live isn't all of New Orleans a flood zone? That's kind of scary. I went to visit New Orleans and it was like so sad. All these tons of acres and acres. You could see that there were driveways that went up to nowhere because everything is gone. It was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
I went there one year for some kind of national thing I belonged to as a nurse. It was some national organization, but I can't remember which one, but it was so hot. I couldn't stand it. I mean, even in the air conditioning, the humidity.
Yeah.
And what they had for...
John picked Arizona because of the humidity levels.
Also went to one in, what is the Texas town that's... there's a river, underground level river that runs through it, San Antonio. That's gorgeous. And yeah, it was 108, and they all decided to walk It was transplant case management, that one. But anyway, we walked from the hotel like 7 blocks to the convention center, and nobody got hot. There was no humidity.
Really?
No one got hot. So that,
108.
yep. I'm like, and I was skinny then. That was 15 years ago, and I'm like, there's no way. Well, at least I'm with a group of other nurses, and it was fine. No problem. There's Jason.
Look, you have so many members. That is so cool.
So many members. How many do I have?
Lots. I see those a little. They look like the inserts to 45. You remember them?
Yeah.
So, what do you do for your levels? It's so interesting to me as members.
They're just things. I started out like live bear, and everybody's at the same level, I think, because I really was never sold on memberships.
Right.
And I'm just kind of funny about YouTube. I really have for me personally, to make money off of my channel. I really just don't. And so I didn't monetize for, I don't know, I might have been 1,200 or something like that subscribers. And I finally did. And then memberships, on agonizing on that for months and months. And people were finally like, just do it. And then I complained that I never do enough membership stuff. And they're like, don't worry about it. It's just another way to support you. So it really is kind of something I'm not comfortable with. So, but yeah, there's bears and egg scatterer and mouth brooder and like that kind of stuff.
So cool.
I think you can click on the membership and it'll show you what they are.
So I didn't have access to it for a very long time. Everybody around me had it. I didn't have it. And I sent an email to YouTube like, what's wrong with me? Like, why don't I have it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want it, but why don't I have it? And then now I have it. I just haven't turned it on.
Hey, who do you got to know around here?
I know, right? Like, what? But I do have the shorts video, but I think everybody has that now.
I haven't been making any lately. I kind of got, when something's new.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, but I might get back into it. I haven't been making as many videos, which is no big thing, but sometimes I'll do 3 a day. You know that I don't edit. I may put a title across the thumbnail or something. I just don't. Yeah. I'm not doing it. And you enjoy editing, I know, and some people do, and that's them. That's fine. I have nothing against it as long as I don't have to do it. So
I enjoy it as long as I keep it to my journey and I don't have to make stuff up. Like this is what I'm doing today. I'm doing this tank.
Right.
So they're not always big YouTube hits, but it's what I'm doing. Like,
yeah, I can do some of the basic things, especially with the thumbnail. But did I say things? I sure did, didn't I? Basic things. So let's see. There's Paul McCarthy, not McCartney, Susie. Just Paul. McCarthy.
I got so excited there. What?
There's Melvin. I think the
first time I ever watched the Super Bowl was when Paul McCartney was at the halftime, and then I watched it ever since, but not for the Super Bowl, but for the halftime.
Oh, here they are, Murdual coming to my rescue there. Live bear eggs, bubble nester.
Oh, look at that!
That's who I forgot was the bubble nesters. Sorry, bubble nesters.
That's adorable.
But I think everybody gets, when I make a pitiful, crappy video, that's all they all get is that. I think that.
Like I say, it's just another way to support your channel. It's just to support you.
I guess.
You do a lot of good work. Like you do stuff in volunteer places, so it's got to be helpful.
I don't. Another thing is I don't, and I'm not complaining or bragging, but I don't need the money for me or my hobby, for God's sake. The last thing I need is to buy another tank. I have tanks now to get to set up. But so I donate to the ARC, the shelter, and it's tax exempt, and a nonprofit, and all volunteer. So that's okay with me. I can take up donations. So
that's where I want to get to, where it's not about the money. Not there yet. It's
Well,
all about the money.
apparently
I got food.
you have to be 100 years old, Susie, and worn completely out, and then you can get a little relief, kind of.
Yep. Yep. But that's all right. It took me 4 months. 4 months, but I got through to unemployment. After being out of work for 4 months with no unemployment. Finally. So I was like, I could sigh.
They went back though, I'm sure, and get your back pay. I hope.
Well, I'm waiting to see. I
They
just got a
should.
verbal. I haven't gotten any of the money. I just got a verbal. So,
You should. Yeah. Well, you're on Sunday
yes.
right before me. You're on at 7. I know they've been posting your link there. So what you need is some better mods. I've seen that, Bob, and that Candy on there, and they're not posting your member links on there enough. So that's one thing I'd suggest. Sandy. Candy's probably laughing her butt off right now. She's able to lurk a lot while she's working like crazy. Mike's Aquatics, treats for the ark. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, that's nice. See, that's nice. I like that.
That is nice. And he's a member also. So
Okay. And I did look at your Get Gills today. I actually signed up for Get Gills for the first time. And now, of course, I'm going through all the stores, every store, and I said, oh, Taylor's Aquatics, boom. So I was looking at that stuff. Because I was thinking with these cichlids, and I don't know. I just wanted to see what there were. I don't know why I never looked before. I guess I don't buy too much fish.
well, I have it kind of, so I really don't have a lot of things I want to part with. And nobody's going to pay, even though they're worth what I have those antlers listed for.
Yeah.
No one's going to pay that. I did when I got them. I did when I first got them from them, but I've only sold maybe 3 pairs. Is what I think I've sold off of that price.
Okay. But it's experience, isn't it? Like you ship it, you box it.
Yeah, well,
That's a whole huge thing.
He's my financial advisor. He told me a couple months ago. Anyway, he told me, he said, you need to start selling those fish instead of giving them away. And he's right. But I love to give stuff away. If somebody says, I wish I had that plant, I like that plant, then I sneak around and send them some plants, you know.
Oh, that's sweet, though.
Well, no, that didn't sound right, did it? I'd rather give it away than sell it, but
yeah,
he can keep. He's the financial advisor, and I'm the one that has to live with my decisions. So
nice. Nice.
yeah, that's right. Mike said I need to put 100 of those Jack Dempseys on there. That's the truth, Mike. That's the truth. I literally have 100.
Do you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that many of my big girl. She's gonna be 3 years old. Well, she is 3 years old now. Yeah, I've got a huge Jack Dempsey, a female, and she's only had 1 spawn. And I got her a little male, about a third her size, when I thought she was ready. And she didn't kill him, and they had 1 spawn, and she's kept all those around her. Some are bigger than their dad, and some are still small. You know, it just depends on who eats the more and genetics and all that.
Wow, that's exciting.
They're crammed in that tank, though. It's 55. I have to do water change and filter clean and all that every 2 days.
So what's the big difference between a Jack Dempsey and an electric blue Jack Dempsey?
I don't know exactly, but I know the electric blue is not genetically modified. It's not like a glowfish or something like that. But I don't actually know. I know Chubbs is on here. I don't have one, so I haven't had the occasion to. Chubbs, what's the difference? Guppy Guru. Oh my gosh, Peter, thank you. Keep on giving stuff to those in need with our support. Thank you, Peter.
See, that's awesome. That is so awesome.
You got it. Yeah, you got it. You need anything, Peter? That's awesome. Thank you. If Chubbs is still in, or there may be other people in here that know the answer to that, but I honestly don't know, Susie. And I finally started making myself say, I don't know, instead of guessing. I started to try to guess there, but you know, that's a lot better answer just to say I don't know than to get in a debate, and that goes nowhere. I can't explain it. Drop the link. I can explain it. Drop the link. Oh,
Oh, drop the link. Cool.
here we go. Bob is not going to be going tonight, guys. I don't know if you saw my post on FishTubers notifications. He called me a bit ago, and he said his lady, his father passed today, and of course she's really upset. And so he wasn't going to try to go. And as far as I know, no one has grabbed that time. I'll be watching for your message, Peter. Anyway, let me get this up here.
Oh, cool.
Thank you for doing that, Chuck.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I'm going to go a little.
I do electric blues, but mine are so chilled, laid back. They kind of sit on top of the bashir while they swim. Like they don't really swim themselves. They go for piggyback rides, and it's really adorable. But I don't think Jack Dempsey's act the same.
I'm sure you know the answer to that, but what's the difference? But
Me, I don't know. I've never had a Jack Dempsey.
I am Chewy. It should be there. There it is. I'm doing it. Chewy knows I'm kidding. They know that I don't watch the chat close enough, so it's about 4. There he is.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think I'm going to have some axolotls and blue parrotfish. Oh, his picture. Look at the picture then.
Hey,
It's
what's up? Yeah,
Hey, Chuck.
electric blue Jack Dempsey are just a morph, pretty much. It's just a genetic morph of a Jack Dempsey. And I think that picture's pretty. You can see the real one.
Wow.
And how old is that one?
I've had him probably 3 months. He's about 3 inches, maybe about 4 inches.
Yeah, mine's 3 years old, and he's probably 6 to 8 inches. 2 of them.
Okay, yeah.
But they're
They
not
grow pretty slow.
they're not violent at all. They're not aggressive. They're chill.
No. Yeah, electric blue Jack Dempseys are more docile, I guess you could say, and they're actually more timid and more fragile than regular Jack Dempseys. But the way you get an electric blue Jack Dempsey, it all starts with the genetics. And then you breed. Well, I know from breeding them, you breed a regular Jack Dempsey to one that has the electric blue gene, and once you have the electric blue gene with a regular Jack Dempsey, you get what's called a blue gene Jack Dempsey. And then from there, you breed that back to the electric blue Jack Dempsey, and you'll have more electric blue Jack Dempseys.
Ah.
But yeah, it's just a morph that rarely happens in the wild, and is actually they don't survive very well in the wild either.
I could see how
Very rare you'll see one in the wild, but they found them in the wild and they brought them and they isolated the gene and figured out how to get them into the hobby.
Do you know what their life expectancy is? Is it the same as
I've had one for 9 years.
Wow.
So I mean, they'll live a long time. And the only reason that one died was from a mistake that I made. So they could live probably longer than that. So yeah, they're awesome little fish though, and their temper is usually milder than a regular Jack Dempsey. They're awesome little fish.
Mine don't do a lot of swimming. Mine
Yeah,
kind of like chill on the bottom, and they just chillax.
They'll just chill out and wait for your food, and I keep mine alone, but they'll do good with other fish.
Yeah?
Yeah, but as long as they're the boss of the tank, then they're not going to have a problem. As soon as they start getting picked on, they tend to want to die.
Oh,
I put maybe 5 or 6 pretty big Siamese algae eaters in. Mine has black-billed algae in the tank, and it also has tons of Java fern, and that's what the blackbeard grows on, and the jacks won't touch it, so I put those in there. You could show something else, Chubbs. He's got amazing plants, incredible plants.
Yeah.
And by the way, Chubbs may be on this Sunday night with us talking about plants. He's ready to come on Sunday night, but I asked Stephen, the biologist, again today, and he may have responded already. I don't see the email. But if
Here's a
he's
little
going to talk to us about meds,
shade
Wow.
of the plant.
isn't that something? Let me
That
make
is
you. I
gorgeous.
don't know why I didn't do solo layout. You guys need to tell me things. Do this, do that. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's filament barbs and giant Danios, and back there that's golden top minnows, are the natives, and I got some golden Chinese barbs, and a dojo lopes resting on some Rotala atra.
Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous.
That's a 75-gallon tank.
Wow, that is gorgeous.
Thank
And
you.
that's just one of his planted tanks. Just one of them.
Yeah, they got plenty more. Yeah, this one's doing really good right now. Yeah, hard to believe that's a native fish to Louisiana.
It's pretty, whatever it is.
Yeah,
And what is that?
that's a golden top minnow. It's
Wow.
it's closely related to the Achilles.
I just
I got it
absolutely
out there.
love the planted tanks. Now, did you design it or you just planted them and wherever they went, they went?
Well, I kind of designed it and just let it do what it does, and pretty much the barbs trim it. They really like to chew on the Rotalos, so
Oh, yeah, I see that.
and they're pretty good at eating duckweed too. So duckweed removal. Yeah, they work out good. No CO2.
That's what I'm going to start. What's that? The low light, low maintenance. Is that what you
Well,
called
it's
it?
not low light. I mean, I have some massive lights on here. This is the night clock prism LEDs, and they're far from low light. But I mean, they only run at 50%, and I do put ferts in there, and there's a extremely difficult and complex substrate. So, yeah.
I know that some of the other fish tubers will give you a little grief in a good-natured way about. I have the filament barbs too, so I know that they're not bad on plants, but they're normally barbs tear up plants, but he don't really bother his plants much. They trim them, I think. You said.
They'll chew on a few of them here and there if I don't feed them fast enough, but usually I give them bug bites, cichlid bug bites, and
Yeah.
feed them twice a day, and they don't really mess with anything.
Here's the light. Merdula's posting your lights there.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome lights. Here's a juvenile male golden top minnow. He's one of the offspring of the big boy. But yeah, they're pretty awesome. Here's a long fin albino bristle nose
Beautiful.
upbred. We got some Siamese algae eaters and autocinklus and ram horn snails and trapdoor snails and a whole little ecosystem.
Hello, Crystal.
I love it. I definitely got to turn one or two of my tanks into something like that. I guess it just takes patience, right?
Oh yeah, the biggest thing with plants is substrate, lighting, and time. You give them enough time, they'll grow. Got 3 different Rotalas, 4 different Loigias, 5 different crypts, Napondageton, all kind of stuff in here.
Wow.
Chuck and I talked about something else today that I'm not going to mention that was personal, unless he says you can, Bob. But it's no big deal either way, Chuck. Should I not mention that?
What's that?
The other thing we talked about besides you coming on as a guest.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, ha ha ha. I asked him if he would do like pick some plants for me for my substrate
Oh,
and
yeah.
water and light and all that. And so he's sending me suggestions, and we've talked through some of them, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'll be
think
sending
it'll
them
look just like this in a month.
yeah. And another thing, Bob, about that, I got this bovitis. I need to try to pull this whole log out, and I'm gonna try to split up that bovitis. If I can, I'm gonna send you a piece of it.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I don't have any of it. And guys, I'm buying these plants now. I was going to go spend a certain amount of money at, buying, like we do at the fish store, but I thought I would rather get them from him if he will sell me some. So,
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I've been trying to work on opening the website and the store and all that. And I'm actually in the process of building a huge 500-gallon pond for the backyard to grow out plants.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to also house the largemouth bass and the bullhead catfish and bluegill. But they don't really tear up plants. They just eat everything else.
Wow. So you're going to grow plants. Like, why is that inside? Is that just because you're designing it?
Yeah, just because I'm built. My living room's the only place I have big enough to where I could build it. I only build it so far before I put it outside.
So you're going to build it and like put like a liner in it?
Yeah. It's going to be a little DIY liner. It's not going to be like a pond liner. I'm actually going to be using paint tarps, like the paint plastic tarps that you put down, the little cheap ones.
Yes.
And then I'll be putting those down on top of a heavy-duty tarp, and then putting a heavy-duty tarp on top of them to protect the liners. So it'd be like a lasagna pond liner type of thing.
And what are you doing with substrate for outside?
Nothing.
No substrate,
No
at
substrate.
all?
No substrate. It'll just be leaves and loam and everything that'll break down to help the plants.
and to
So I
be
do have ponds outside
100%,
now.
to be 100% honest, the reason that is there we go. I was about to rat you out. I was going to say his patio's covered with more stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'm replacing. It's raining outside right now. You can see, but
Yeah,
we're
they love that.
90% of those tubs out there will be filling into that pond, and that'll clear up the tubs to do other things in. But that's all plant grow out and all that stuff out there.
Oh, wow.
I got more over here.
I battle in my
frog
pond
bit.
all the time with algae. Like I cannot possibly imagine propagating any kind of plants in there without tons and tons of algae. What do you do to prevent some of that?
But just out here, it only gets sun about 4 hours a day.
Oh,
Actual sunlight. The rest is just shaded because I got woods right behind my house, and the trees overgrow the house, so it's very little sunlight, and there's no algae, none,
okay.
absolutely
Wow.
no algae. Plus, I use duckweed and frog bit to cover the top, so the plants still. The little tub in front, that gray one, it has Bowigia repens and frog and a parrot feather growing out the top of it.
Wow. Now I did build a sunshade last year that covers half of my yard in hopes that that's going to help because the sun just beats on it from sunrise to sunset.
Yeah, the sun definitely helps. But yeah.
Oh,
But, yeah. He's in his little cave.
I love it. Now,
Is that? Sorry, go ahead, Susan.
I was just gonna say, there's no plants in with that. How are you? Your
I got one. What is it? One little plant right there, and I keep frog bit in there just to help with the nitrates. This is just a 20 long little peninsula.
Okay. Yeah, beautiful.
Is that trapdoor snail?
Yeah, that's the trapdoor.
Trapdoor snail.
They're awesome.
They are. They're live bears. So do you know those, Susie?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep.
That snail's a live bear, and so is this snail.
Ooh, what is that?
It's a caramello. It's almost like a rabbit snail.
Huh.
But it's called a caramello snail, and they actually give live birth too.
Wow. I want to get some more snails, some more variety of snails, and have tanks that just cultivate different snails.
Yeah.
And
So,
I got the golden ram horn.
Beautiful.
do you see that question there, Chubbs? Will you
No,
plant
I haven't been.
agitation?
I haven't been looking at chat. What's that?
Oh, it says,
Oh,
Chubbs, will your plant pond need any agitation? Deborah Lewis asking.
agitation. Yeah, I'm actually gonna be making a filter for it. A DIY filter.
That is a great question.
Yeah, we'll be making a filter for it. Most of my tubs, all my tubs out there right now don't have any filtration. I don't do any water changes because all the water changes are done by the rain that comes off of the roof. And we get a lot of rain a year, so usually them tubs will run a TDS of about 11.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the way I am with one big, not big, it's big to me. I think it's 100 gallons tub.
Yeah.
Is I have about 4 hours of sun, and it gets rain. That's what changes it. It's what runs it over. Whatever happens, happens.
So you don't use any filtration in it either?
No,
Yeah, microaquatics. Yeah, the trapdoor snails, they'll eat hair algae, diatime algae. I'm not real sure about blackbeard algae or staghorn, but green hair algae, yeah, they would definitely eat that.
I don't, Susie. I don't use any filtration, but I throw a couple pieces of water wisteria in it, and it goes crazy. It grows like 2 feet up out of there.
This tank is all trips.
So cool.
This is a 72 gallon I've just set up. I got 16 different varieties of cryptocorynes in here. And in here I got some threadfin rainbows, some electric green rasboras, and some rummy nose tetras.
And how long do you think before this tank grows out full and lush?
About 6 months.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got 16 variety of crypts. The big tank we were just looking at is only about 4 or 5. Well, about 5 months old.
What?
Yeah.
I'm doing something wrong.
And the other tank I showed you with the guppies, with the guppies and the shrimp, my other 75, it's a year old, and it's been trimmed way back just recently. Usually it's so thick you can't see a quarter way into the tank.
Wow. Do you think it matters that I'm not using aquatic LED lights? I'm using shop lights?
It depends on the color temperature. As long as it's around 6,500 K, it doesn't matter.
I think it's more like 4,500 Kelvin.
Yeah, you're not getting quite as much light. You could just increase the amount of time it's on.
Uh-huh.
Because that Planet 3.0 I got on that one tank, I used to leave it on for 16 to 17 hours a day just to get the plants to grow fast.
Wow.
But that's dosing a lot of aquarium co-ops Easy Green.
Uh-huh.
I was putting like 9 pumps in that tank every week and doing a 50% water change every week.
Wow.
But, and then that was just to get the plants to grow fast. And with 16 hours of light, heavy dose on the Easy Green, and water changes every week, it don't let the algae build up, but it makes the plants grow fast.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Manifesto became a member. I sure appreciate it. Thank you. That's like 3 new members this year, maybe more. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
It is.
That's awesome, Bob.
Yeah, we'll try to work harder, Susie. I'll tease Kenny about it too. She's probably lurking. So we need to be posting your members is what we need to do. I was going to show you my Jack Dempsey.
Yeah, you have it.
I'm going to tell on myself there.
Yeah, Mike, I don't think I think they'd be fine in there, Mike.
There's a
With shell
75
dwellers.
sitting there, and there's the stand. This stuff's from Ginger. That's
Wow.
the breakfast table.
I love setting up tanks. Oh my gosh.
These guys are scared to death of the camera, but they know their food. It's not their food, not the right color. That's Mama down there.
Oh yeah.
This is a hot mess. See, they all disappeared, all of them. Let me get their food and I'll feed them. Yeah, I'm going to be taking some of these to get gills and some on the fish swap in a couple of weeks.
I'm thinking
Next,
about putting those little cichlids on get gills and the axolotl, so that's exciting.
yeah. Well, I really don't. I don't like to ship. I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care to ship fish either. But
What was that? The Hikari?
Yeah, it's pellets. Trying to get
well,
some
Patrick, I
more.
wouldn't call it a green finger. I would call it like maybe an aqua green finger, I guess, because it's underwater.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're starting to come out.
Wow. Look
Oh
at
yeah,
how
that's a
many
lot of
you
jacks.
have.
Probably
Yeah.
100 in there. I've given away tons and tons and sold
So
a few.
what tank mates would go good with a Jack Dempsey?
Nothing
Jack
else good
Dempsey's.
in here. I've never seen those Siamese algae eaters since I put them in.
Just Jack Dempsey, huh?
Jack Dempsey's go great with Jack Dempsey's.
Yeah. I thought about trying to put them in with the Jaguar that I've got from Jaggers. It's in a traditional 55, but I'm afraid the Jaguar. Look at that, how fast they hide.
Oh yeah, but Jaguars can cross with Jack Dempsey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Royal Fish Aquatics actually has one that he's raising up to see what it would turn into.
Yeah. That's all I need is some hybrids. I can't. It sounded awful, didn't it? But come on, guys.
Oh, wow.
Try to get. There comes Mom. How big she is. She's just over a foot now.
Oh, she's beautiful. That doesn't look anything like the electric blue. Wow.
She keeps her. I call him her boy toy. I used to. His name's Bo. I don't name all my fish, but her name's Cobalt, just because she's a little rescue that got chewed up. And she keeps him. There he is, back in the back by the filter. Look how they stirred that up. She keeps him tucked away. She doesn't want him fooling around with any of his kids.
Oh, wow.
3G, the thing is, you can't water plants too much, especially if they're aquatic.
Let's see the black panties. What?
3G or Greg the Guppy guy said, I can't get my plants to grow like chubs. I think I water them too much. And I said that you can't water your plants too much, especially if they're aquatic.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my God. Somebody was asking the other night in the stream for some plant advice. And I thought, I know a little bit about plants, very little. And so it turns out he was asking for some, wait a minute. It was for aquatic plants. It was just some bugs, some bulbs. And I thought he was talking about lilies, like lilies outside. And so I was giving him advice for that. And then other people were saying other stuff. And I said, you want your soil to be fairly moist, a lot of sun. And I was mortified. I'm like, what is wrong with me?
That's funny.
That's funny.
That's one beautiful fish, man. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, that's a big girl.
Yeah, but I need to. One reason I didn't try to move them too fast is it seems to have kept them from spawning. But yeah, I need to do a really.
Yeah, if they feel like their colony is big enough, they won't spawn for you again. But Jack Dempsey's are actually a colony fish.
Wow.
Just like a Bouchard eye from Lake Tanganyika. If their colony is big enough, they'll stop spawning. But if they feel like they need to be bigger to protect themselves, they'll spawn more.
So if you're going to have a colony of Jack Dempsey's, would it like a 75 be okay, or is that way too small?
They would grow to that size. Jack Dempsey's usually don't get but maybe 16 inches.
How many?
But
16. 16.
Oh, no wonder she's still going. She's turned 3.
Wow.
I got her
Yeah,
Easter Sunday. 3
yeah,
years.
well, she's about 12 right now.
She's just over 12. I've stuck a ruler up there before. She'll let me hand feed her if she's in a good mood.
Yeah, they'll get to about 16 inches.
And she will rest the skin off if she misses pellets.
I've had an electric blue get up to 11 inches.
Wow. I should measure
But
mine.
that
I
was
think
a
mine's about
9-year-old fish. That was a 9-year-old fish that got to 11 inches.
Mine's either
Wow.
6 or 7 inches. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's big. I think she's still got her mouth full of that last bunch I threw in.
I should tape a ruler to the bottom of my tank because if I go over there with a ruler, she'll hide. But if I tape it there and then walk away, sooner or later she'll swim right on top of it.
You know what else you can do?
Yeah.
You can just take a ruler, like a measuring stick, and tape it to the front of your tank, like a yardstick. You can tape it to the bottom of your tank right by the substrate.
That's
And then
a
you
good
can just
idea.
take a picture from far away when they're up next to the tank. And I've done it like that before.
I've got a couple of those that are soft. I don't know what they're made out of, and they'll stick to the glass, especially if you moisten them a little. So that's how I've been doing it. I'm about to scare
Or
the
even
jack away.
if you have trying to think of the word, like a soft ruler, like a paper ruler, like a seamstress, like a seamstress ruler tape.
Oh, yeah. I have
You
them.
can tape that to the front of the
okay.
tank and, use that, for short term,
Now, what fish is that, Bob?
That's I still call it Ginger Graves jaguar. It's a female.
Gorgeous. Wow.
She is gorgeous, and she spins. Don't judge me, guys, on my algae. I just need to run a sponge around in there.
Algae is
But
healthy.
it's not an emergency. It's not a 911 thing. So that's the puffer. She's 11 or so, but they usually spend time in that corner. See, she's going over there, and the puffer is there. You can see where she's rubbed her face up against the plexiglass.
Yep.
And they stay over there and call each other names and make things.
That's what my Trimac does with the frontosas. It goes right to the edge of the tank, and the frontosas come right over. It's like, oh my gosh. What is it, like a down?
I had a manganese or a jaguar cichlid, a male in a 40-gallon tall, and it broke that tank trying to get to a cockatiel in a cage next to the tank.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a horrifying, and I had to hurry up and grab the mag out of there and throw it in another tank, and then he wound up killing 4 other fish. And
oh my!
Yeah, he was a terror.
He was trying to get to a bird.
Yeah, a cockatiel in a cage that we had next to the tank, and he'd swim around the tank like lurking and just darting, and when the bird would come up next to the tank to bite his food dish, he would dart and hit the side of the tank so hard you'd hear it halfway across the house, and eventually he broke that tank.
Oh my! My macaw actually torments the saltwater puffer constantly. It's like, you better be careful. That saltwater puffer is still growing, man.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Mag also left me a good little scar on my pinky finger to remind me of him.
Ooh.
He ripped my finger open when I was trying to just spread out his rocks, kind of like what your Trimag does. He piled up the rocks on one side of the tank.
Yeah.
And I reached my hand in there, try to scrape the rocks down and spread them out, and clean them up or straighten them up.
And he said that.
He grabbed my finger one time, and that front tooth of his ripped into that finger. Boy, the tank turned red in no time. I was like, whoa, what the hell?
Hey, there's Chattanooga. Welcome.
Hey, Ed.
Hey, what's up,
guys?
Chad?
This has been a blast, but I got to run. Thank you so much for the invite. This was fun.
Susie. Appreciate you.
Thank you for coming on, Chubb, and answering all those questions, too. Thanks.
Oh, no problem, Susie.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Such a sweetheart. Well, guys, should we... What time is it? I know Rob didn't go, like I said, so that's why I was running a little bit longer, but there's still 56 people in here.
Oh, all right.
I know. You and Susie really brought them in.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me. It was Susie Q. Absolutely.
Ian.
And Ian.
Well, Ian also. I've had him on like a part 1 and part 2 thing. So I hope you saved something for Sunday. It'll either be next, depending on when Stephen can come, because he's been being on call and all that.
Oh, yeah. I got plenty to talk about.
Oh, yeah. She never will get in front of me. She's weird.
Hmm.
Never will. Never has taken a bite. The jaguar. And I asked
Oh,
Ginger
Patrick.
about it. I got worried about a week later, but I noticed the food would disappear at night. I thought surely she's not seeing that, but she is. She finds it at night and eats it.
Yep.
Oh, well. Well, does anybody else want to come up? Thank you for doing that, Jeff. I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, right, Mr. Manifesto. I do have some stuff. I don't know if
never
I'd
think
call it
of
stuff. I'd have another S word for it, but
some shit. Sorry.
yeah, that's right.
If I get demonetized. I think it's sometimes the way you use words too.
Yeah, right.
I directed it at somebody in a hateful that
Yeah. I don't know.
expression.
The way they're doing that nowadays is almost a crime.
Yeah. It's saying she's so sweet. I think talking about Susie. The Ed fan club. Keep going, Sandy said. Well, the mods are the boss. As long as somebody's
Right.
here to work. There you go.
Yeah, but it has a lot to do with all them automatic tuber bots they got nowadays.
Yeah. I never did figure out if something happened in this stream with Steven, or was it a different stream? Was it you that was saying to him that happened to you in another stream?
Oh no, yeah, that was I commented on Stefan's one of his uploads, one of his videos. I commented on one of his videos, and they must have flagged it or took it down or something. When really all I was saying was, hey, I'm from Louisiana too. We have a stream Monday night. Come stop by or whatever, and they somehow or another took it down because I guess they thought I said something wrong or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, Stefan's from Louisiana too, so I was just shouting out to him, but
Yeah.
I don't know. They flagged it.
I think that's actually computers. I don't know, but I think that's
Yeah,
computers.
it was probably YouTube bots or whatever. You wanted to see some more of my tanks, so here's the Exodons.
Same, Deborah. Said she's learned some things.
Yeah.
Eric Furlow now.
Don't mind my bare feet. Yeah, same here. This tank got a mirror stand, so yeah.
Yeah.
This one has the Exodon towers in it. Bucktooth tetras. And they're pretty gnarly fish. I see the big Amazon sword in the middle.
That's one of
love
the
this tank.
I've never kept the Tetradons.
Exodons are pretty gnarly fish. I would not stick my hand in the tank with these guys.
No. I remember when they got really popular in the hobby a couple, 3 years ago, maybe, or at least around here. But people were
They
bringing
say
them
if
back.
a fish is already in the tank with them, that they're fine with it. And I believe that because I have a long-fin Clayco in here that was in here before they got here, and they're fine with them.
Yeah.
They also have some grass shrimp that they don't mess with. But anytime I drop anything else in this tank, whether it's food or another fish, they destroy it. Rip it to shreds and eat it.
We had one of our local fish stores that was sawed and fresh, and I used to post some of their stuff to Facebook. So I was over there every couple of days. Gave me an excuse to be in there. And a couple of times I was there, people would bring those Exodons back. and they bring half of them back, or just maybe one left, and it seemed like they really didn't know how to keep them.
Well, yeah, they need really clean water. Water heated up to about 80 degrees, which Amazon swords and Porgostem and Stellatus octopus really like. A lot of crypts like the hotter water too. But yeah, they need warm water but clean water,
Yeah.
and actually a lower TDS than what people think. Most South American cichlids will do fine in 300, 400, 500, TDS, and they actually need a lower TDS, more like a discus.
Yeah.
150 to 200, 300 tops. But they're not happy at 300. They're more happy at a TDS around 150, which is where I keep them. But my water comes out of the tap at about 200, so just to regulate, TDS a little bit. They like softer water. So does the plant, though.
Ian hit 300 during the stream, so that's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. Right on, Rio.
Rico's
Rico Stan. I've been enjoying his videos, showing off his neighborhood, his bayous and stuff.
Yeah, that's good. It really was. He said if anybody's still here at the end of this, but it was interesting.
Yep.
Rico Stan, you want to come up? Rob's not going tonight, so just hanging out a little longer. Longer. We have 54 people, so hate to shut down. I'm good till about 8 o'clock because that'll give me an hour then to get caught up before Dan's and Pam's.
Yep.
Fantastic, saying the tank's looking good. You don't have all that algae in yours, but I don't all the time. Let me finish your ice cream cone. Oh, you could have just said, hold on a minute and I'll be right there, or let me finish my ice cream cone. Yeah, I'm going to be hungry.
And now everybody wants ice cream.
Yeah. That's Rico Stan, though. Rico Stan. I saw that. What did Ames say? Deadhead too. All right. Now I have to see what kind of snacks. What kind of snacks?
He gave everybody the munchies.
Everybody get up and get a break. Put some stuff in my new little lizard. Oh, there she is. Adama. She's not real colorful because the females are not. Let me blow this up a minute. See if we can see her. Maybe not. Won't it let me blow it up? Is it because that's up there? Here we go. She's under the end of that wood right there.
Yeah.
So water. I do her water every day, twice if it needs it. She's got some veggies and slaw mix.
Yeah.
Is actually what she's got. There she is. She's pretty
Very
tired.
cool.
Once I catch her, she's okay. And I put her some rock in here and some wood. Actually, all that stuff came from Tennessee Aqua. Stuff we wanted rid of.
Yep.
All right. Get out of here. Can look at axolotls. They're usually cute.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
That tank, the lizard is in used to belong to these. It's a 20 tall, and it used to belong to these axolotls. So they're in a 40 breeder. So they're really enjoying that, and they're going to have two of the leucistic come out of 10 that are grown out. Go in here with them. Boy, these things can smell anything. You know what? You put one pellet at the other end, and they can find it in just 1 minute. There's some awesome fish. This tank could stand some plants. I had a big dye bag here. That's one reason I changed it over. Nope, no birds. No birds, guys. This little mud angelfish. What do I like them? Oh, here's some of those barbs, chubs. They're creepy, like they're scared. For some reason. These are the Rahani. They look almost like the filaments if they don't have it on their back. There's two in this tank. There comes one out from behind the filter.
Yeah, the angels look really good.
Got some polka dot Raphaels in here. There's one's tail right there on the bottom. A couple out of there.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can
Pretty
get
cool.
this. Get him out of there. Come on, guys. What makes goodish?
Hurry up and finish it, Rico, because you making me want ice cream.
I know, right? Yeah, they just went over and hid behind the other one. Maybe they're hungry and I can get them to eat a pellet. They also call them the teardrop.
Yeah.
So they'll come up and get them some pellets.
Is that one of the things you want plants for?
No. Well, I might put some in here. There's nothing in here that's alive. I know the angels would like it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The broadleaf Sagittaria might be good in there. It actually, once it grows out more, it'll give them a leaf big enough for them to spawn on.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just got an old plastic plant in here and some rocks and wood. I was hoping they'd come flash up there and get some pellets. It must be the camera. I don't know. Always that yellow bird sings. Yep, that's the one. Sitting there with his eyes closed, singing and singing. I think Pam gets aggravated, don't you, Pam, at him? It's annoying. Yeah, they're not going to come out. Dang it. I wanted you to see them. That they just have a longer marking on them. I can't even find my hose back there now to pick it up. Sure are skittish. This is some real super fine sand in here.
Chevy Fish says she'll be right back. She's going to get a bowl of ice cream.
Post the link. What link? Oh, Rico's ready for it, and I'm over here playing with fish. Let me get out of here. Okay.
Oh, that's funny, Holly.
There's Bryce there. And that should be it. That was you, that was talking about the bulbs the other night. I just remember who it was. That was so funny. I think it was Priscilla that was talking to you, maybe one other. I said, oh yeah, I know all about bulbs. Huh. There we go.
We're going to Atlanta Friday. Chattanooga Ed said.
There's Rico.
What's
Yeah.
up, Rico?
We are James and Ed
How we
and
doing,
myself.
Rico? So cruel. And you're gonna save the tip for the last bit.
Chubbs, you can't give me those kind of lines. You know how hard it was to not make a joke about the tip?
That's what he said.
It's so good.
Don't get us demonetized, Rico. Stand, please. Not that you would.
No, not me.
Not that you would
No.
do anything off color.
I'm jealous about your trip. You and Ed and James going to where are you going? Atlanta?
Atlanta. Yep.
Oh, is that just you and Ed? I thought there was somebody else going too. He said.
Tennessee
If I
Aqua
could,
was
Ed, I
going,
would.
but
Gotcha.
Bobby couldn't get off. It's raining here today, but if it was raining Friday, Bobby could have been off, or had to have been off, and could have gone with us. Tennessee Aqua.
No, Ed, instead of me going over there, y'all should come over here.
Yeah. It's the boss.
It was a drumstick, Ed. Yeah. Vanilla.
Always good.
I shouldn't have ate it, to be honest, but I was good today and did some exercise. Oh, look, I actually got a little pink. Ooh.
Oh, you got some color today?
Yeah, a little color.
Mm.
Pam just said it's snowing again. Rico, it's a city in Georgia. No. Yeah, I'm familiar with Atlanta. I'm just jealous that you guys get
How
to
many
go.
hours were you outside to get that little of color?
What's that?
How many hours were you outside to get that little of color?
Oh, I was out for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Oh,
Just went out in the backyard.
let's see. You see that Ted line?
Yeah.
That's about 4 hours a day, maybe. But yeah, you get live color down here.
I used to do construction work in Arizona, so I remember what it's like. Usually by now, when I lived in Arizona, by now I was very, very dark. But here, a lot of times I'm lucky to get outside in April here in upstate New York. That's an amazing thing. Normally we don't get out until mid-May, really.
Right.
Because it's still, it's usually freezing. It's usually snowing still.
Yep. Well, we don't have that problem here in Louisiana, that's for sure.
Yeah. If it snows now, have you ever seen it snow there?
3 times in my life, and it was maybe an inch, and it maybe lasted 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, same in Arizona. You could see it up on the mountains around the valley, but actually hitting the ground, it would maybe in the middle of the night, and that was it. You'd get less than an inch, and it was gone.
Yeah, usually if we get snow flurries, you'll see the snow falling really slow, and you see it melting and just falling fast because the humidity close to the ground would just melt the snow, and it just turned to mush before it gets to the ground.
Yeah.
It's still exciting though, right? Everybody.
Oh yeah.
Holiday,
Oh, yeah, we go outside. Look at all the flurries.
That's like us seeing the sun in February. I think that's the sun. It's like, what is that thing in the sky? You
Yeah.
start to miss it. You start to miss it.
Fantastic Freaks is a new member. Welcome, welcome.
Is he just re-upping? Because I feel like he was before.
This new member.
Oh, cool.
Or maybe he left and came back. I don't know. I think it's the new
He's a good
What
guy. I
is,
like
uh,
that. Austin. Austin's a great guy. Love watching his videos. Anybody, if you like puffers, go
Yeah,
watch his channel because he's got a ton of puffers. How many is he up to now? 9 different types,
I think so.
something like that.
We had
Yeah, I've
so
tried to
many-
keep figure 8 puffers a few years back, but never had no success. But before I knew there was a brackish species.
I had some, and I think my niece got them. I can't remember what I did with those figure eights, but I transitioned them over to the saltwater, the 125 tank, and they did good in there. I guess a year.
Yeah, they're more of a saltwater species. But they'll do
Yeah.
good. They'll do real good in brackish. But
Yeah,
they, of course, back then they sold them as freshwater puffers.
I just got the pea puffers there. I've got 8 of those.
I almost bought some pea puffers when I got my rainbows, but I went ahead and got the rainbows.
What kind of rainbow?
Some
Deborah
thread
said she
pins.
just watched your stream with Alex. Yep.
Thank you, Deb.
Oh yeah, that was a really good stream, by the way, Rico.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It
That was
was.
fun. Alex is awesome. It's every one of them's been fun. And
Absolutely.
that was our 16th episode already, if you can believe it. It feels like I just started doing that, but 16.
I know it does.
And then I've got 17 this Saturday. So that's just it's going by so quick. And every
Awesome.
one has been awesome. Every single one has just been great. I feel like we've learned a lot about, Grumpy Mike and Roxanne and just everybody. That Ed character. Although
Right.
I don't think we learned much about Ed because Ed's on all the streams and he's so open and welcoming that he's told us everything. Except I think that the kidney transplant was news to most of us. That he gave his kidney to his brother. I think that was news. I mean I didn't know that. Look at him. Who's your favorite?
I did know that because he had told me when we first started making our trips and stuff. He had shared that with me.
Yeah, you were probably one of the few since you guys are friends in the
James knew
real
it. I
world.
know.
Yeah,
James knew it.
just you guys that hang out together. Oh, Chubbs, we saw that. Oh.
I
hit
didn't
the wrong
see.
button. I went to hit the mic button and I hit the cam button.
Chevy Fish has got ice cream now.
What about Bob? You had Bob on there right at the start.
We did. That one was okay.
And I already broke the script.
You did. And after you, I decided to do a little bit more unscripted, 100%, where I don't even know what I'm going to ask. I have no idea. Even if it's like Rachel, whenever she finally comes up, she said she's going to come up after she gets back from vacation, and I'm not going to do any research or anything. I'm not even going to write down questions. Whatever I just feel like it's more natural and it's more of a conversation that way. Mint Cookie Crunch is the type of ice cream Chevy Fish has. Mm-mm.
That sound good.
Who's Bob? Riddle.
He's no good. I heard. I keep hearing that.
Trouble. He's a troublemaker. That's who that is.
Trouble. Yeah, it's James and Ed and I going. He never did tell me what time we were going to meet. He's
That's right.
going to pick up James, and then I get to sleep in and meet them when they come back through this way.
Look at you. You should go pick up James.
No,
Too far?
I'm too old for that stuff. That'd add another 3 hours to my driving.
Oh, geez.
See, I have to drive the rest of it after that. So.
Oh, okay. So you're splitting up a little bit. That's good.
Yeah, we're going to split it. All I have is the strawberry banana yogurt. That's not too shabby, Ed.
That's all right. I like strawberry banana yogurt. Banana is the best flavor for any dessert. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's
Except for
well
chocolate.
known, scientifically proven.
No, chocolate is probably the best.
I just love banana stuff. For every holiday, if it's a birthday or Father's Day or Christmas, whatever, I always get something to do with banana desserts. You know, like they'll make me a banana cream pie or banana pudding or just whatever it is. It's always banana flavored desserts for any of my holidays.
Yeah.
6
Usually
hours.
we get like pistachio pie and stuff like that.
Pistachio pie. I've never had that.
Me either.
Oh, that's a southern thing.
That sounds amazing. I love pistachios. Although the shells would probably suck.
Oh, we don't usually put the shells in there unless we don't like you.
I'll remember that if I ever have one and I get shells.
Yeah, it's pretty much pistachio pudding or Jello. The Jello pudding, pistachio flavored with cream cheese and whipped cream and pecan crust. It's really good.
Oh, so it's basically, it sounds like a cheesecake, pistachio flavored.
Mm.
Almost, but you have the pudding layer, and then you have like a whipped cream mixed with cream cheese layer, topped with whipped cream, and something like that. Yeah, it's more like a pie.
That sounds delicious.
Oh, it is. It's very good.
I just had ice cream, and I'm already wanting something else now.
I guarantee you, everybody in chat got the munchies again.
Yeah. Those empty calories. Empty calories. All right, Ed's crying because he has to drive 6 hours Friday, and I only have to drive 4, plus around to the different shops we're going to. Ed, I'll make a deal. When you get to be as old as I am, we'll split it 50-50.
Right on.
50-50.
Excuse me. Man. So I went and did another trip around the bay today on another side. I got to edit the video and upload it, but I found some really, really cool. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to do something here. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I bet he's going to get him a cookie or something. Watch.
I'm going to show
I was
you
just thinking that. Uh-oh. Get ready with that sensor. They're about to show some wood.
Brad, yes, they prefer a cave, but they'll stay out of it more than a lot of plecos. At least that's what mine have done. Have you kept rubber lips, Chubbs?
Rubber lips? No, I haven't.
Well, I guess I'm resident expert then. I love rubber lips because they do seem to stay out more, but they do like a place to hide.
Well, I mean, my long fin albino bristlenose stay out, but I mean, they were born in a tank and they've been raised in front of camera, so they don't really care about anything.
I'm getting a new bristle nose, and I think she's going to be on fin. I've got a male that's regular fin, but I need a female with him, and I've got one should be in the mail.
My last hatch was about I counted 66 out of my last hatch of bristlenose ancestress.
Hold on, I'm trying to make it let me show that. What in the world is that?
Mercy. That's a good looking piece of wood.
It's still soaking, but it already thinks it's driftwood.
Oh yeah, that's a really nice piece.
Wonder what kind of wood that is.
I'm not sure. I mean, it could be, pretty much anything. It's around the lake, but it does have here. I don't think you'll be able to see it. Let me see if I can get this. It's also got this.
Oh, it's got a water hole, huh?
It's got spikes. You can't really see them, but they're
okay.
Sharp. So it's a tree that has spikes right there. I mean, they're sharp.
Huh.
So I was
probably a poplar.
Yeah,
probably a poplar.
But I thought it was cool looking. I like that it's got that.
Oh yeah.
There is a tree that's, I think it's here in north. I don't know if it would be up there that has thorns on it. That's an actual wild tree. That those look like just little spikes, unless they got worn off.
Yeah, but if it's already sinking and them little spikes, poplar usually does that. And if it's sinking already, it's probably a hardwood, and I would guess it's an old piece of driftwood that's been in the lake for a long time. Probably a poplar tree.
Yeah.
I got these, and this looks like a root to me, but oh, this is the wrong one. There's another one. So see these little indentations here.
Yeah, definitely a root.
The other one has stones embedded in the wood.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool. I like that too. So I
That's
found a
cool.
couple of those.
Oh yeah, it's a real nice piece.
One of the big pieces that Tennessee Aqua gave me has a couple of good-sized rocks embedded in it. So
That's cool. I love that look.
it is cool. I've never seen one before till yours and the one he gave me.
There's a tree on the bay that it's broken down the middle, and it's got like a lightning bolt shape, and it's filled with rocks inside of it. It's really cool looking.
You gonna put that in your 10-gallon with the guppies or what?
I don't know, because the 75, I'm happy with the hardscape, so I couldn't pass it up, right? So it's that tub over here, this blue tub, it's just filled with wood that's soaking all different kinds of stuff. I just want to, first of all, oh my God, I was walking along the shore, and I looked down, and the ground was moving, and I was like, "What the hell?" Spiders, thousands upon thousands of spiders, all over the place, just covering the ground for like 50 yards, just spiders as far as the eye could see.
Mercy.
I told my wife about it. I gotta show her because she is deathly afraid of spiders. So I gotta show her the video. I warned her what was in it, but I'm gonna post that
Cooper?
tomorrow.
Yep.
It was cool though. There was a lot of plants and stuff already, and I did see your concerns, Chubbs, about
Collecting plants?
the legalities and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because in Louisiana down here, there's no regulations on collecting plants, but there are some on collecting some fish and some shellfish. So I mean, every state's different. I know some states you can't collect anything from the wild, even if it's on your property.
Right.
So I mean, you really gotta check it out and see what it is in your state and in your area, really.
Yeah,
because it could be different from state to state and even from town to town.
I know that I can legally take any hardscape type stuff, any rocks or wood or anything like that washes up onto the high tide mark on our property. Yeah. But I don't know about plants. But so far, the only plants I've taken are invasive ones. So as long as you're never putting them back, that's actually a good thing. You're lessening,
Yeah, if you're taking invasive plants that are deemed invasive, you can't sell them or trade them. But if you want to keep them in your aquariums, then you just have to make sure that they don't wind up back in the wild.
Somebody got me confused with Father Fish.
I didn't realize that's what it was. I was going back because I didn't see it, and I'm like, I started to say, "Well, Father Fish, I can't find you," but hello.
Sorry to disappoint you, Aquarium Analytic. Oh.
Father Fish is better looking than you are, Rico.
Yeah, that's true. That's not hard, though.
I haven't seen them in chat.
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. You don't know me. You don't know me.
If I was up there, he would have thought I was. He'd be like, "There's two Father Fishes."
You're not.
Y'all look that old.
You don't have the white beard.
No.
He had a white mustache for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that at the beginning of it. The light.
That was
I
pretty
thought
cool.
Yeah, when I first got on there, I did think that you were growing your mustache in at first. You should, Bob. Let's see you with a mustache.
I've got one right now. What are you talking about?
Let's see you with a real mustache. Not just unshaved. Oh, yeah, it's there. It's just very, trimmed.
Yeah, it's short.
I mean, not like, look at us. I mean, that's a lot of hair.
I had one like that last year. It was longer than yours, I think, Rick.
Mine fell off the top of my head and just landed here.
You could use a haircut, Chubbs, for sure.
Yeah, your eyebrows are getting a little bushy there. Yeah, Mr. Fish has got a white beard as well. He does.
It's starting to get white.
Mine was actually ginger. It was very bright. It was orange. I mean, really, really orange. But then it was weird. Right about the same time I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, my beard went white almost overnight. It was like in a 2-month period, it just went white.
Wow.
Need to aquascape my beard as well. Yes.
Yeah.
I've definitely had duckweed and stuff in my beard and my hair.
Yeah, that stuff sticks to everything.
I got a ton of it.
You got
The water lettuce that Ed gave me. Ed gave me some water lettuce. He gave me 3 good-sized clumps. Man, that stuff is it loves my water. It is so good.
Propagation and anything. You can put it in just straight rainwater and it'll just go crazy.
Yeah, because a lot of plants don't like my water for whatever. Mosses. I'm having the hardest time with mosses. Priscilla's sending me a bunch of different ones, but I can't grow Java moss for nothing.
Pam's clutching her pearls. I can't even talk. Pam?
Total whiteout outside. Wow.
I wonder if she found another lump.
I hope you got everything you needed for a few days.
Aquarium analytic. Nah, don't worry about it, man. I could see why, just real quick. There's a lot of white. There's a lot of white here. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You all are not as handsome as Father Fish, just saying. That's just rude.
Who's saying that? Father Fish?
Molly, freaky fish lady.
Freaky fish lady. Well, that's true. There is that.
Rude.
Father Fish is almost old enough to be my dad, and I think he's 80, isn't he? Just turned 80.
Wow.
I'm 65, so yeah, makes me feel young.
It's good there's still some of them around.
Yeah. 1 or 2. My mom's still alive. Yeah.
And Geek Boy said, I don't think I could stop Java moss from growing. It just does not grow. Java fern I can grow. Yeah, that I can grow. But
Hey, Justin. Pharmacy
Java fern likes a lot of phosphates.
And we've got well water that's really hard.
Yeah.
That's why I have
Very
so.
good, man.
I've never had it tested. I don't know. But I know the shrimp love it.
You think that's why I have so much blackbeard algae in that Java fern tank today? Chubbs.
Blackbeard algae is usually from blue light. Actually,
I don't have
you got a lot of blue
light
light in there. It'll usually grow a lot of blackbeard algae or a lot of iron.
Yeah.
That's not being soaked up.
What it is.
Herman Bannister. Herman, I don't think I've seen your name before, but you said a nice video of the lake in nature. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to put up another one tomorrow. Different area.
Yep.
Wait till it's
them rocks that you got on that first video you put. I have the exact same rocks in a tank.
white one.
All the rocks on the shore.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can flip this camera without it messing up.
As soon as it starts coloring up, then it really starts to look nice here.
Yeah, see?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I got the molecular blue jack Dempsey back there. But yeah, pretty much the exact same rocks you got on your shore. I have got at Home Depot.
And and that's like I said, high tide line, so I can pull all the rocks I want off of that.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So, and I don't really need any more, but I always look because you never know what you're going to find. There's always weird ones in there with, different. Every once in a while I get one that's really craggy looking, like a dragon stone or something, but they're rare. Most of them are like you just showed, and the ones.
Yeah, just weather worn.
I'm hoping for plants this year. I want to dig in and learn how to, learn which ones are really decent, and I'm going to pull any plants I see that are, easy enough and look good, and then before I do anything with them, I'll learn and see what they are. And then Ben,
I don't know if you've seen the comment I had made, but when you was looking for those plants, you came across some green spots in the bulrush. The green spots in that bulrush, they almost look like a Valigia, but I couldn't really see them good enough. But yeah, any plant that's either growing really close to the water or underwater, some of them are aquatic and some of them aren't. You just have to really look at them and try to see. But if you pick a plant and you put it in your tank and it melts and it doesn't come back, and then it's probably not an aquatic plant. But if it stays green and does good and starts to grow, then it's probably can be aquatic.
Yeah, and I don't think I even want to put them in the tank until I figure out exactly what they are. I'll put them in, a tub or something of water with an air stone and stuff, and because I just have one sitting there anyways that I soak wood, and so I want to learn what each of them are, like the pondweed that I pulled out. That stuff, I got a bunch more of it today. I think it looks really cool. It's a nice looking. It's got sort of crinkled leaves. And Herman asked if I was on Lake Ontario, and yeah, actually, I'm right on the shoreline, right on the shore of Ontario.
Yep. Well, I mean, over here, I've collected like 20 plants at one time and put them in a tank just to see if they would grow. And 7 out of the 10 would melt away and just go away. And I knew those wasn't aquatic plants. But the ones that I did get to grow are doing great.
Nice.
And you really and if you put it in your tank and it melts back and it just falls apart, then it's just going to be nutrients for the rest of your plants, really. Yeah. So it's not a big deal if you put it in a tank and it melts away. It's not going to hurt anything.
I put some mosses too. We have it's called a pincushion moss. It's all over here. I don't know if it's all over the United States or if I didn't look to see, but we have it all over here. And I put some of that in the tank, and it looks great. It's been in there for over a month, and it still is nice and green. And I don't think it'll grow. Like talking with Foxy, she really likes different mosses and stuff, like terrestrial mosses, and she doesn't think it'll grow. But it's not dying either. So it's just a big green, lump of carpet. It looks great.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Yeah, I mean,
you think it would grow?
Roxanne.
Roxanne. Okay.
Yeah. She likes to mess with the mosses quite a bit.
Yeah.
She's always been very.
She knows too. So Roxanne does.
Dolbeck Lines, Lake Ontario. We are close. Yeah, where are you at? I'm between Rochester and Syracuse, right on the lake.
Crap. Yeah, no, they do have a lot of legalities and even rotalas up there that grow in Lake Ontario and Lake Michigan.
What is it?
They got a bunch of Lowigia species and rotalas that grow on Lake Ontario and Lake Michigan.
Maybe I'll be able to find some of this. I'm going to get serious about another couple of weeks when the water warms up, because it's still, the ice just broke up maybe 3 weeks ago. So, Dolbeck's in Montreal. Okay, yeah, I'm on the other side. I'm in the New York side.
Yep.
Foxy is a cool chick, Ed said. She
is.
Yep.
Very cool chick.
But them lilies that you've seen, those are great for a pond, but they just get too massive for an aquarium.
Yeah.
Unless you got like a 750 gallon or better,
Not yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I want to do some tubs this year, so I was thinking about pulling some those and the what's the one? Oh, geez, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It starts with an H. It's almost like a weed. Does really well at pulling nitrates out of the water and stuff.
Oh, the
it's a big plant. It's got big like bulbs, and then the flower comes out. It's got a flower on it, Riddle. Oh, and
like
I did
a lily.
It sort of looks like one. It's definitely got a big stem and a pretty good sized root that it spreads out.
Is it a terrestrial plant? Or?
It's aquatic. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I know for a fact it grows. I saw it last year, but I didn't grab it because it was too big. I try not to go to Rochester too often if I can help it. It's not one of my favorite cities.
Yeah.
But
maybe
a
if I saw it, I'd know it.
bonsai sounds pretty cool. I'd like to see that. Tiger
Tiger lotus is real good.
That might be it. I was thinking this one started with an H, and I can't believe I need to start, educating myself about the names of them.
Does it have a purple vine?
There it is. Ed's got it. Water hyacinth.
Oh.
Hyacinth.
Water hyacinth? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
hyacinth, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are plagueful down here.
We don't get a lot of it, because it gets, it freezes.
I have it growing in my living room from the leftover from last year.
Nice. Oh yeah, I remember seeing your tanks and stuff outside last year.
It's right
They
by the
clog up the bayous down here. They clog up the bayous so much down here that you can't get through with an airboat.
Yeah, that's the one they also use. They use in water treatment plants too, right? Because it grows so fast and it pulls so many.
It pulls so much out of the water that it won't let anything else grow beneath it.
Yeah, I thought that'd be good for some tubs, or even if we put in a pond, which I doubt we'll do this year. But
oh yeah, it's definitely great in ponds, especially if they're overstocked. They'll thrive. They get beautiful purple and yellow flowers when they bloom.
Yeah. Yeah, since everything freezes, it all dies. I mean, we get hard freezes. The bay, people drive their trucks out on it. That's how hard it freezes. Yeah. So it kills it off pretty good year to year, but it seems to come back just not as it's not a weed like it is in other places, or it is, but it just doesn't spread as quickly.
Yeah, but it's definitely clogs up the bayous down here, and I don't keep it in any of my tubs, but it's definitely always around. I mean, I can get it anytime I want.
That's so cool that you can, we can go out and get these types of things, and I get it. You don't want to do it if everybody did it. All the nature be inside the houses, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean, if you're good about it and you're not taking everything, and you're only,
just taking what you need.
Yeah.
But Louisiana, you can take anything you want, to your house, but you can't sell off any plants that come from nature. And with fish, it has to be a second generation fry before you can sell it. So they got laws in place to make sure that people don't, over exaggerate or, take advantage of collecting.
I'm gonna go to my first fish swap soon. There's one.
I wish they had them down here. We don't even hardly have clubs down here. I mean, you got one or two that's on the internet, on Facebook, but they don't really do anything. And I've never heard of a fish swap or a fish auction. That just doesn't happen down here.
It doesn't hear much. We have one club in the whole upstate area that I know of, and they're just not very active. You can't join the club anymore. All the links are dead. Their website has information like from 5 years ago, and it just they're not very responsive on Facebook. But they are the ones that are doing this swap. So it's about an hour and a half for me, somewhere around there. So it's not too far. That's pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah, Holly, to answer your question, Holly, you can adapt those plants, but what you have to do is set up a tub outside with pure rainwater or pure water from that creek, and then slowly just add TDS to it, or just add tap water to it, over a couple of weeks, and see how they adapt. But if you bring them from pure rushing low TDS water and try to put them in a high TDS tank with, CChem prime and everything to treat the water from tap water, that they're not going to do good. So you need, you have to adapt them to the water inside and to the light, because if they're used to a lot of light, then, you got to have highlights in your tank and everything else. But you can adapt them, but it just takes a little bit of doing.
Yeah, a lot of work. Oh, Riddle, he's got the link for the fish swap. Here's the thing, though. I don't need any damn fish. I don't have any room for anything. That's all. I'm going to go and see what plants they have, and I'm going to go and take a bunch of my water lettuce and maybe some of the pogastemon just to give away, just to give to people, just because I hate throwing it away. So I'm going to take some baggies full of water lettuce and stuff. My wife asked me if I was going to be selling dime baggies there because I'm taking these bags of green stuff, So I'm just going to take some extras.
Holly, what I would do is, test that water, see what they got in it. Test the TDS, test the pH, test the nitrates, nitrites. It's probably not going to have any ammonia, but you can test it. Test the calcium, the copper, and just see what you got in that water and try to replicate it at home. And if there's nothing in it, if it comes up like 0 on TDS and nothing in it, then that's what you got to try to do. Just put it in straight in RO water. Usually spring fed, it's either going to be one of the two. It's either going to be high TDS or low TDS. It just depends.
Hey, Ed.
Checking and moving around. Well, you probably didn't notice because I'm pretty shaky anyway usually, but I had to go in and plug the phone in real quick, and now when it got a little charge, I got the charger back in here, so we're all good.
Ed said I should take over that club. I actually, the other day I started just looking to see what it takes to get a club started, since there isn't one anywhere around here, but I'm too damn lazy. There's no way I would do that. It's just way too much work.
Yep. Thanks, Maduro, for dropping all the links. You're doing a great job.
He always does. Pam stole all my mods. Did y'all see that? She saw how good they were, and she stole them all. She stole them. She gave them double duty.
Did you see where Corey asked Chevy Fish to join his mod team?
I didn't. That's awesome. He got a good mod.
It's nice to see her get a little bit of, a little kudos, a little acknowledgement.
Yeah, she deserves it.
Yeah, she is awesome.
Pam's laughing about it. She did.
Same with Big M. Big M's everywhere. And
She
always
better Myrtle. What does she pay?
Nice.
Oh, I just figured out how to enlarge my chat. I can only see you, Rico Stan, but it enlarged the chat on my phone screen. Well, that's cool.
That's good.
Yeah. I don't have to do this all the time, maybe.
Oh, Freaky Fish Lady's going to her first swap Saturday. Your first ever, or just the first this year? I'm excited about it, just to meet other fishy people, face to face. And again, just giving away some of the plants and maybe finding some different plants or whatever,
This one we're having the 24th is, it may be my first one. It'll be my second if it's not my first, but I'm excited, mainly just to see everybody.
That's the one. It's where's that? Aquatic Aesthetics or Aquatic Marine?
Yeah, on the
Aesthetics.
24th. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely jealous of all the people that live around you guys. You know, that you live not really close together, but close enough that you guys can do things, and that you actually have a local fish store. That's what I'm really jealous of too.
Tiffany White's coming because we're going to buddy up with her. 2 tables so far now because our little Tennessee fish market keeps growing. But I don't know if Ginger's coming or not. I need to message her. Have you heard anything yet? Oh, Fish Mania. That's another one of our fish stores.
Nice.
Awesome.
And if Susan wasn't sure if she was going to make it down, I was watching her replay from her live stream too. Yeah, is she going to come down? Is she going to make it down too?
I haven't asked her recently. It's the 24th, Ed. I think it's a week from
10 days.
Saturday.
Yeah. 10 days.
So we'll have that Atlanta spree, and then we'll have a fish swap a week later.
Yeah, Ollie, another thing you can do if you want to try to keep a native plants is set you up a native tank. Go there, dig out some native soil from the bottom of your creek, and then cap that with sand, and then get your native plants to plant in there, and match the pH and the TDS, and put some flow in it, and you might be able to keep them like that.
That sounds awesome. I want to give that a try.
Make a little biotope.
That just sounds really cool. I see all these people doing native tanks from their areas, and I really would love to do it.
Hey, Petro Man.
Fish Mania is Ethan. It took me that long to remember Ethan. Memory's getting no better. I've known Ethan.
That's CRS, huh?
And Geek Boy, I'm with you about the tossing plants. I've just been, I scoop out big chunks of the water lettuce and I put it on the top of some of the house plants and stuff, and then mix it in the soil little by little. But I've been doing that once a week, just throwing it away.
Yep. That's why I'm building a 6x4, 3-foot deep pond to start propagating plants in.
Nice.
It'll be about 450 gallons.
Nice. Very cool. Just plants, nothing else?
Well, no, it's going to be for my bigger native fish, too.
Oh, gotcha.
Largemouth bass and perch and a couple Oscars I'm going to throw in there.
That sounds cool.
Oh, yeah.
Have you started it yet? Are you already in the
No,
process?
I got the frame built out, and I just got to build the rest of it.
And your video, you're taping all of it for us, right? You're just going to show us?
Yeah, I'm going to video it.
Yeah, definitely want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm dying to do something like that. I think that's going to be the next thing, is some kind of pond thing. Oh, just the other day, and I mentioned this, I think I mentioned it last night, but I don't see her in here tonight, but there's a Fish Fam member named Kelly Foreman. She just out of the blue talked to me on Instagram and offered me a bunch of plants. She was doing some cuttings and stuff. She's got a bunch of just different crypts and anubias, and I don't remember what else she said, but she won't even let me pay for shipping. So they'll be here, I think,
that's awesome.
tomorrow.
That is awesome.
This, Fish Fam does that kind of stuff. Because Your Fish, Seth from Because Your Fish, he sent me pea puffers. Ed sent me some water lettuce. I've had so many people send me stuff, and it's just amazing. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, I've done that before too. I've had multiple plants where I had literally 3 5-gallon buckets full of plants. I had nothing I could do with them, so I just went on and just found people and said, "Hey, do you want some plants? I'll send them to you." And I sent out 5 or 6 or 7 boxes full of plants to whoever needed them or whoever wanted them. And I never asked for nothing because at the time, I was doing good. I didn't have no need for them, and I had the means to send them. So I just said, "Hey, if you want them, no charge. Just send me your address." And
Yeah. I hope to get to that point. I think I'll have probably by late summer. I'll have some cherry shrimp I can do that with, and maybe some of the guppies. I might try doing that. and hopefully some plants too. I still owe Ed some plants. I told him I'd send him plants like last December, and I still haven't sent them yet.
Right. Oh, I still have plants I need to send to certain people because they actually want them on my live stream. Like Larry D, he has a crypt in my tank that I haven't sent to him yet. 44 Mag guy, he has a crypt in my tank that I need to send to him that he got from Aquarium Cop that wanted on my live stream that I haven't sent out yet. And yeah, I just haven't been shipping anything lately. Well, since November of last year.
Yeah.
But
well, get your ass busy.
I know, right?
Sorry, get your butt busy.
Yeah. Just scared to ship during the winter because I didn't want nothing to freeze. So but that had been kind of on hold. But yeah, I need to swap my gears and get busy.
Well, Chubbs, I didn't realize that. So whenever you're normally, I didn't expect you to drop everything and send me some plans. So
no, I'm actually getting ready to do all of this. So yeah, you hit me up at the right time to get some stuff.
The only thing about blowing this screen up is I can get it back down, so I have to toggle back and forth. I can see Rico and myself and about one word on the live chat. That's it.
Yeah, Diego. I still need to get with you about what we talked about, and I'm going to get with you as soon as I can. It's been raining the last couple of days. I ain't been able to get outside to my tubs and do anything. So
I can't get off that comment. Oh, there, I got it.
What did Fancy Tail Aquatics I just came in? What are they at now? They're so close to 1,000. So if anybody's not subbed to them, maybe go over and hit them up. Something like 17 or something people left.
Yeah, it was really getting there.
Really close. Now? I went and gave a few today.
A few?
Yeah, there's ways.
Did you know I needed one probably to turn the next goal I had set, and it took a whole day to get that one subscriber, but I finally did. It was actually during my stream today.
I think I already, I only have a few accounts. I'll just say it that way, and they're all pretty sure they're all sub to you.
Awesome.
I'll double check though.
Said needed maybe like 16.
The only thing I use, I have those accounts for other reasons. They have nothing to do with YouTube, but I just happen to, attach them. But I don't ever comment with any of those. The only thing I use them for is when people like, Mr. Fancy Tail. What's his first name? Tom? Scott. Sorry. I don't know why I thought Tom. When people are that close, I just try to use them for that only. And that's the only thing I ever use them for. So, because some people have multiple accounts and they use them for things that maybe aren't the best, So, but use them for something like that. Nice.
I used the ARC used to have one.
Yeah, what's that?
It's still there, but it's inactive. But one time I was on that doing something, and I thought, well, I'll listen in this chat while I'm doing the ARC stuff, and I commented, and people are like, Bob, is that you? Is that the ARC? And I'm like, oh hell! So I just disabled it. Whatever, it's still there, but I don't want people to think I'm being shifty, even though I am. I don't want to know it.
This should not be about me, but thanks. Well, you're that close, and that's what the Fish Fam does. When people start getting close, right? They pull together and push them over. So
Scott tells some awesome stories too on his channel. And I'll just tell you that kind of whet your appetites. He was in the circus at one point back. So if that don't get your curiosity up.
See, I don't know if I believe you or not, because you got that smile going on. So I don't know if I believe you that he worked in the circus.
Yeah, if he said it's true.
Yeah, Petro, Amazon swords are really big root feeder. That might be why they are doing good. Might have good substrate.
Oh, I think the chat jumped. It did. Sorry.
I need to get some more root tabs. Do you guys have a favorite? Do you just buy the co-op ones, or do you have another place that you like root tabs? You make your own?
I've tried 3 or 4 different ones, and they all work good for me. I mean,
Okay.
either Thrive from Nightclock G or Aquarium Co-op. Let's see. Got another one I just tried, and they seem to be working pretty good. Let's see. These right here, Neo plants, and they got different ones. You know, you can get the K, and they got the one for iron, and they seem to be doing good. I put them in that new planet tank I got with all the crypts, and they're working good. So, you know, but yeah, I got these off of Amazon, so you can check those out.
I need to get my water actually tested so I know what's really in it, because I know that it's incredibly, you know, it's a high pH, and I know that it's hard water, incredibly hard water, but I don't really know what's making it hard. What's the stuff that's making it be hard water? Is it just, you know, the phosphorus and the carbon,
Yeah,
or
it
calcium?
could be anything. It could be calcium. It could be iron. It could be, you know,
I need to
phosphorus
find
or
out.
phosphates or
Yeah.
yeah.
And where we live is it's a protected area. You're not supposed to use, you know, stuff on your lawn and things like that. The farms around us, because it's all apple farms around us. They're supposed to use a very little amount of pesticides and things, because it's a protected aquifer. So I'm pretty sure that that the water is decent. I just don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be cool, BJ. Tub's a tub.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say in my stream, I think I forgot it, and I could have said it, and I forgot that I said it. I got my first vaccination today for the COVID at noon, high noon. Scheduled it for then, and my arm seemed to ache and hurt all the way down my arm for a while. And it's like an insulin or tuberculin syringe. What they gave me with it was so tiny. But I said, can I hang out? She said, well, 10 or 15 minutes, you're going to have to anyway. And I'm like, I need to get in. And I was fine. I stayed 30 minutes just because I was a little nervous about it, but I was fine. Right. Now, I might be sick tomorrow, you know, flu-y, but.
My daughter was the second one that took her down. My wife actually didn't take it. She hasn't taken it yet, but my daughter did it. She got it. They both work in healthcare, and the second one put her down for, it was about 24 hours. She was pretty sick, but then she got over it, and you know, she's been fine since.
Right on.
I need to go get it done too, but my doctor hasn't told me I should yet, and I have concerns. I don't have concerns. I have health concerns that stop me from taking certain things. So I have to wait till he gives me the okay to take it.
Yeah, Petro, man, I haven't tried growing anything in clay pots, but I usually use glass aquariums and substrate. So either that or I take the trimmings and I throw them outside and they grow out immersed.
What? Did you see what Ed asked? Am I allowed to look out the window? Well, I own the house, so I suppose I guess that would be a positive. You know, maybe you met me the outside
around by the driveway at the garage. If I'm just sliding into base and getting home, I'm like, oh crap, I can't get through these dogs and all that, and I'll just walk around the side of the house and be real quick. But I mean, nobody's around.
Yeah, if it's dark.
Yeah, I gotta get going. I gotta get doing some stuff around the house before it gets too dark, too late.
See you, Chubbs.
Yeah.
Thanks,
appreciate
Chubbs.
you having me up, Bob.
I really enjoyed it and appreciate your info. And I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, right on.
I heard from him.
Sunday.
Send me a picture.
Picture of what?
Something. You know, what you call it, thumbnail.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, no problem.
Picture of what?
You have to do it. No, he does.
Right. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll talk with y'all later. Later, everybody in chat.
Lawn fertilizer.
Back to peeing out the window. Isn't your pool outside the window?
So we don't even use any fertilizer or anything on the lawn. It gets mowed and that's it. Nothing else.
Oh, okay. So it's not going in the pool. Okay.
We don't have a pool.
I don't either.
If we want to swim, we just walk down the hill a little bit and jump in the bay or in the lake.
Well, I was thinking about getting one like 8 or 10 years ago. The neighbors across the street, I mean, it's a good ways away, but it's walking distance. They're like, oh, we're going to get a pool, and you can come over here anytime you want. And they're gone along a lot. He's retired too. And it was, for me to watch things, I'm sure too. But guess what? They did like a room extension and closed their deck in. And I'm like, I kind of got out of the mood for it. So, but you can come over. I'm like, I've got a big deck. I don't need to come over there for that. So there where my pool.
You got to be careful when you say deck.
Deck? Oh. Don't get us demonetized.
Well, we're talking about our decks outside.
Oh, you
that's
weren't.
bad too. Yeah, that Mr. Fish, sir. I think you told me that before, but yeah, that's a bad one too. No, the hot tub is.
My sister has the unremitting lupus, and she has some pretty rough days, but phrasing, I got it. We're doing.
Rico's on the panel.
Rico,
like,
were
I'm
you
the only person thinking about it? Come on, just because I'm the only one saying something.
anyone to send you deck photos?
Nice.
Pam, do you remember that moss that was so popular about a year ago? And we talk about it a lot, or you talked about it excessively in your stream.
I can only imagine. I wasn't around then, but I can only imagine.
Yep, it was all the time. And really, we're going to talk about the D moss again tonight. There really is such a thing.
D-Moss. Nice. I had a good day today. It's nice when I can have the good days and get outside. It improves my mood quite a bit. I don't get those days a lot. And a lot of days I don't leave the house, or a lot of days I don't even leave my bed. But when I feel good, I get out there as much as I can.
I really enjoyed that walk. You took the video that I commented on. What did I say? No planes and stuff like that.
Yeah, no planes, trains, automobiles. The one I'm going to put out tomorrow is it's the same thing. It's just a different area. There's some really cool stuff in it, I thought. There's like a bunch of the birds and stuff. And it's a cool view because you can actually see where our house is in relation to the bay and everything, because I'm on the other side looking up.
But don't you have a train that goes near you? Didn't you say
No.
that in the stream?
No.
After I said that, I thought, I think he's the one that away from the water, the other direction that you said to train. But
No.
obviously.
There's I might have talked about the rail trails because they pulled up the train tracks and made them into hiking trails. So, or in the summer, most of the year that's a hiking trail, but in the wintertime there's snowmobile trails. But yeah, there's no active trains probably within 25 miles of me. I don't know, maybe.
That aggravates me now. I can't remember who I've got you confused with.
There was somebody that we heard a train in one of their streams, I think, right?
Maybe they mentioned there's a train not far up there or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rico went out for a walk and there were some great views. Oh, okay. I thought it was something snide or something, but
That's our neighborhood. That video.
It's beautiful.
I love where we live. Our house is a little rough. It's going through some changes right now. It's not very pretty, but where we live is just amazing. So, and the house is getting there. We're gonna do windows next, and there's 32 of them to replace. And it's a small house. I mean, it's a 1,500 square foot ranch with a walk-in basement. So It's not a big house, but 32
No.
windows. The whole north side of the house that looks over the lake is just all windows. It's all that's there's a header and a footer and windows, and that's it.
You probably need new windows by now.
They're
If
all
it's-
single panes. You know, they're all the old original. The house was built in the late 50s, and they're all original windows.
Heifers. I haven't called anybody a heifer in a while. But if you miss it, Chevy Fish, I can revive that. Thank you guys for the nice comments you're making. I'm highlighting them, but I don't want to provoke Father Fish's ire. I mean Rico Stan's ire.
Oh, I think we have the gray in common, and that's probably about it between Father Fish and I. I think that's about the only. Well, we both have fish, but other than that, I don't think there's too much in common.
Ed, no, it wasn't you, Ed. I know it wasn't you.
So what's the deal with the heifers? What's going on with that, Bob?
Oh, it's just an old expression, like a local thing. And a heifer, of course, you know, is an unbred calf, and it's nothing to do with a sexual connotation. But also around here, like my grannies and people like that would call, like somebody that might sass them, a female or just a strong-willed girl, a heifer.
Oh,
It's just a strong-willed girl. And
okay.
I called Ginger and Candy and anybody a heifer that, you know, I just feel like they need it. So I call fish and cats heifers, and so it's just an expression.
Gotcha.
Probably just my family.
Uh-oh. I'm out of drink.
Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Fish, super sticker. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate it.
There's another New Yorker. Castillo Valley. That's let's see. I believe isn't that like south of Buffalo, quite a distance, like closer to the Pennsylvania border. Castillo. I feel like that's where that's at. I think I've been there. There's quite a few New Yorkers, you know. I mean, the state has a ton of people, so I guess that's of course it's going to have a lot of people in the fish fam too.
Yep, I forgot what I was going to say. We
But
call them Miss
upstate-
Chris. I've heard
upstate-
Miss Chris too.
You know, upstate there's not a big population. It's pretty, all of the population's downstate.
Yeah, Miss Priss is like the warning. We just call somebody Miss Priss, and then it's heifer, and then I don't think it's verbal after that.
Justin Powers, yeah, he's not very far. There's another guy up there, southern Vermont. Well, that's not that close to Albany, right? But there's somebody in northern Vermont. Tim Carter. I can't remember. Actually, he might be in New York State, just right by the border. I think he is in New York State, but on the border, but on the northern side.
So, Standy, you see that comment I highlighted?
Except for the derail once. Lived on a train.
And
Got back to the circus.
that was a circus train.
Steuben County. Yep. Okay. That's where I thought.
It was a circus train. That was a cool story.
Well, is that in a video or was it on a live stream or?
Live stream.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
I don't-
I'm still pretty new to the fish fam, right? I mean, geez, it's only been maybe 6 months since I really started being active. I'm the baby of the family.
Well, you got to start somewhere, huh? I didn't mean to imply you weren't in the know or anything. I just thought it was a cool
I'm
thing.
not. I'm not. That's okay. I don't want to be in the no. I want to be in the yes.
Ah. See you, Brad. I was going to ask you, Brad, if you're Birmingham post office ever got straightened out, sending from some fish, and they got to have 24 days or something later.
Jeez. Wow, 24. And obviously they didn't make it, right? None of them made it.
None of them made it.
Yeah. I've been pretty lucky. I had all those fish shipped in. I had one that didn't make it. It was one of the little CPDs from Aquahuna, and they refunded it very quickly. No questions asked. I just took a picture of it and boom. All the ones from Jess, she gave me some cribs, some crebensis. All of them came in and they look great. Got lucky though, because the bag, so it was in a big bag with these long little bags inside of it, and one of them just happened to pop, but it was okay until I turned it to open it. And when I turned it this way, the water all leaked out, and so one of them was stuck to the side of the bag, and I picked it up and he happened to drop right into the water. So they all made it, but just barely. She did a good job, packing like that, but sometimes you can't help it, right? It's stuff happens. They jarred around or whatever. And she gave me some extras.
When we were bagging up the big jaguar fish from Ginger's a couple months ago, every bag we would put it in would leak. It would start just spewing water out. And she's like, "I'm going to get you, cats." And mine will do that too if I leave shipping. They get on and scratch them and stuff. And then we double bagged and it still leaked. And I'm like, you know what? It's the spines on its back that are poking through. So I had to put it in a bucket.
And do you have that one?
The jaguar?
Yeah.
Yes, I have it.
You? Okay.
Yep.
I probably saw it then.
I was showing it a little bit while ago because Chubbs was talking about Jack Dempsey's could cross with jaguars. So
still not too into the bigger fish yet. I mean, it's going to probably be a long time before I do. There's so many small fish to enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't really care for or want to keep monster fish. I'm just not equipped for them, and I'm going to have to make some reservations or something with these pacu at some point. Not today. I mean, they're okay in that 180, but at some point. That might be a swimming pool. It might be, a huge tub, but
yeah, because they do get massive, don't they? They get huge, don't they?
These are supposed to get about 12 to 14 inches. The females say a little smaller. There are pacu that get huge, like 3 feet. Oh, is Dan coming on in 10 minutes? All right. Don't let me go over because that's my real job. That's my paying job there.
And that's always an enjoyable stream. I always enjoy that one too.
Yeah.
I don't always catch yours because it's just Wednesday nights are usually a night my wife and I hang out, but she had homework tonight. So I try to catch everybody's. I do. I try to catch every stream I can. You obviously can't get everybody, but at least go in and do the like and leave the stream running, even if I can't watch it, just so at least they're getting those views. This Saturday, I get to interview Guppy Guru.
Did you see him in here earlier?
No, I probably missed him. It was probably when I wasn't able to be here.
Yep.
Scuds for Dan's fish giveaway. Nice, because I was just thinking about doing a scud colony. Yay, Catfish Terry.
Terry, welcome. Yeah.
You have any live foods that you keep that way, like Daphnia or scuds?
I have actually John Cox, when we met up with him a few months ago, gave me Daphnia culture, and I have some inside and some out in my tub, and then I have vinegar eels from a culture Pam sent me.
Nice.
So,
I've done neither of those. The Daphnia is pretty easy, I hear, right? It's not too hard to do.
They have been. They seem to be doing better out in that tub. It's half full of leaves. That may be why they have more to eat out there. I do feed them, but probably not enough.
How much can you harvest from what you've got to feed, or
I
can't?
No, I'm learning to say I don't know instead of starting to speculate, because I hate that when people are either you know or you don't.
Yeah.
But I think you can be fairly liberal with it.
But you haven't started yet. You're waiting for the colony to get a good size, and then okay, gotcha.
Right. Yeah. Well, I want to clean that tub out and see what I've got. You know, when I drain water out, I'll be filtering that probably into a white bucket or something, so I can see if I've got any in there and all that. Did the vinegar eels? No, they're from Ed. Never mind. Pam has some, but Ed gave me his. Sorry, Ed. Got caught in another lie. Dang it.
I've been thinking about something. I don't know, black worms or some of those micro worms of some sort, or Daphnia. I mean, I do the baby brine shrimp, but and then I've got frozen foods. But
Yeah.
and I have a thing of bloodworms. I'm going to assume they're in a freezer somewhere. We've got 3 freezers, and in one of the freezers, because I don't smell them anywhere, but I lost them like a week ago. I don't know what I did with them, but I think I would assume I would smell them by now.
Yeah.
But I don't smell them, so I got to imagine I put them, and maybe they fell down in the back of one of the freezers or something. And
No, Ed, I still have yours, and I have shared them with a couple people. I couldn't tell you who right offhand, but I've sent them a couple of times to people. They're going like gangbusters.
are those pretty easy too to get a colony or whatever you call it going?
The vinegar eels,
Yeah.
they are real easy, and Pam has an awesome video about it. That's what I reviewed, and I only had one question. I always have questions, you know, after I watched it. And when she said when she answered, I was like, oh, she did say that in there. Yeah, they're real easy, but she goes through it step by step in her little kitchen there.
I'll have to go look. And I know, I think Ed or somebody else did some too one night, or he did something. I can't remember what it was, but white worms, scuds, Daphnia, red wigglers, all good live foods. Yeah. Yeah. I want to get more into the live foods too, just to, you know, like I said, that's all I got so far as the BBS.
I have really good luck with the frozen.
Yeah. I like the frozen too. It's just convenient. I got to go back to Cassie's Country Max. Cassie's Critters Country Max. Got to go back there and get some more frozen stuff.
Wow, that was fast, Merdul. That's impressive.
Yeah, look at him go. We should call him Speed Racer because he's always so fast getting those links
I'm
up there.
telling you.
Nice. Jessica's doing that. She picked up some white worms this weekend.
I did have
I love worms.
I think it was white worms I had from Pam. They were white and they were little bit worms, but I'm not sure if that was the actual name. But I had a nice colony of those going from Pam, and somehow little fruit flies or something got in it that wasn't supposed to be in it, and laid their eggs. Of course, that made maggots, and I threw them out. I should have probably just fed the maggots anyway, you know, to the fish.
Yeah.
But I threw them out.
Fancy Tale, I don't think Cassie's she does everything on Instagram. The only reason I know about her really, you know, because again, I'm new to the fish fam, is because Bob's streamed with her, and I found out that the Country Max that she works at is not really, that's about 40 minutes from me. So, and that's actually the closest of any place, any place I can buy any kind of supplies. It's the closest one. Surprise!
She has a cool fish room there. Really cool.
Yeah. And you know what? There's another Country Max south of me, about a half an hour actually, but you see a big difference between the two of them. The one that Cassie works at is clean, and the tanks look nice, and the fish look nice. And the one that's south of me, it's not near as nice. It's dirtier. It's the tanks really aren't very clean, and they just so.
Too bad. Chevy Fish, I haven't seen her, but I talked to her. She messaged me and said her boss asked her to stay over till 6:30, and she would make the stream, but she'd be on Dan's and Pam's tonight.
I was just going to say I saw a message from her earlier today, but
Oh, and Dan just messaged me something. I didn't see what that was. Said something about I haven't forgotten you, so I'll have to check that out. I hope it's not something about the stream.
and my roseline barbs I got from Dan are looking awesome. One of them I was a little concerned about. It was pretty skinny, and Dan felt horrible. I mentioned it in my video, and maybe I focused a little too much on it. And I think he felt like I was upset or something with those. I wasn't. I was just concerned about that one. I thought maybe the shipping, stressed it out too much, but it bounced back, and they all look great. I was just watching today. The colors on those are just so amazing.
I don't think he thought that. I mean, knowing him as well as I do, I don't mean to sound like that, but I think he really holds himself to a very high standard.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was just him. I don't think it really had anything to do with the way you said or did anything.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, he definitely was very concerned, that I was not happy with them. He was willing to, get me a replacement. I was like, no, we'll see what this one does. And it bounced back fine.
It's telling us that it's the last call for alcohol or whatever.
One whiskey, one beer, what is it? One whiskey, what is it? One scotch, whiskey, one beer. Geez, you've had too many of them when you can't even remember the damn song.
I'll just take a shot of good tequila.
I'm gonna jump off here then. And hey, Bob, thanks for having me up. I think this is the first time I've been on a stream with you.
Is it?
On your stream. I think the first time, yeah.
All right. Well, I got to get you on as a guest then.
Well, this was good. But yeah, anytime. Anytime. I always enjoy talking to you. So
you too. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Much more interesting.
We'll see you over at Dance.
See you
Bye,
there.
everybody.
Thanks, Rico. That guy, but don't tell him I said it. He likes to go at me as much as I do him. All right, guys. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, members. Thank you, everybody that's in the chat. Thank you, lurkers. Thank you, members. I think I said that already, but they need to anyway. There you go, what Murdo's saying. And thank you, super chatters especially. Thanks again to the moderators. Awesome job. Thanks, Ed. See y'all over at Dan's in a minute, and then at Pam's later. Bye. Appreciate you guys.